Hi. Where's the game? Okay. Okay, better. Hello. Need to check one thing. Okay. Hype. No. Hell nah, but hello. I don't know where we stopped again. Need help. Are we still at Storyteller's room? Okay, I see where we are. The thing is just, I want to have this trial gone. Bricks a trial. Too long ago. It's like a week ago, right? Yeah, a week right now, because I couldn't stream on Thursday thanks to work. Had to, you know, swap in. Be like, yeah, I'm here. But it's my free day, but I'm here. Oh, well. I mean, next week I get like tons of plus hours again. I don't know, man. I'm old. A week for me is a bloody year. Yeah. I feel that. Even a day like today is like, yeah, it felt like a year. Like, dude, I was working 8 hours, which is fine. But I don't know, man. It's nice weather. Stop shopping. You know, just go outside. Do other stuff, you know. Just do nice stuff outside. Don't go shopping. Like, it's too much of good weather for it, right? I wouldn't recommend. But how you doing? Except for me, I'm stressed. I was stressed. Sorry, I was stressed. I'm hungry and tired. I did too much. Yeah. I did too much for my book. Yeah, I only did work, and work was already getting at my nerves. Like, I hate to work upstairs. It's women, guys, women. Working with women. Working with women, no good. Did 2k words of polish. Almost structured a whole chapter for the second book. Yeah, like, you did a crazy lot today. I mean, if I think about what I did yesterday with my painting, I mean, I painted... What was it called? Is this a dandelion? Ah, whatever. I painted a flower. And one finger! From 2 hands, 1 finger! I didn't even do the clothes. And I did, you know, first base of the background. Like, 1 finger! And a flower. At least I went to the cafe, bought 2 books, Mr. Dimash. Yeah. Well, I was stuck at work. Hey! I hate it. I feel like I interrupted you yesterday and annoyed you, and that's why I ended. No. I already said I was like mentally drained by it. That's fine. It can happen, you know. But I feel like the finger looks good actually, and the dandelion flower thingy. I think it's a dandelion. I don't know what the English name is for this. A daisy! Not even dandelion, it's a daisy! I need to watch. I thought... No, dandelion is... Okay, no. It's a daisy. Sorry, it's a daisy. I haven't really seen the thing about the daisy. Yeah, the daisy looks... The daisy... Dude, at first, I hated the daisy, because I was like, dude, no structure, no anything. The thing is, now I don't want to change the daisy, because now that's a little bit dry, it's like, the daisy looks crazy good. What do you mean? Actually, it looks very decent even. Like, dude, what? This is really fitting. Yeah, because I thought like, okay, I can't use gray because gray would, you know, wash it out. Gray looks bullshit. And I was like, okay, since it's white and, you know, blue fits the best. Even though the background is like a reddish brown, I feel like the blue is like a nice contrast to it. So yeah. Well, it's just a commonly blue color. True. True. It's very rare that you have a highlight that's blue and the shadows are like dark red or something, or like orangey. I mean, I could have used purple as well, but I was like, nah, purple isn't literally Daisy-like. I don't know, purple is too, you know, heavy. But yeah. But it was good. I'm impressed by myself. Then something different color needs reflected that the shadow changes color. Yeah. I mean, technically the middle part of the daisy, like the yellow-orange, needs to reflect a little bit in the petals, but I'm scared that I might ruin it. So I'm gonna leave that out. I mean, it's supposed to be like realistic, but not like hyper-realism stuff. So I guess I could get away without making it reflect, you know? Since since the thing is, I don't think that flower petals, depending on which flower, don't really reflect that much anyway. So I might even get away with it, you know? I think I totally get... I don't think the flowers reflect, right? As long as there's not like direct sunlight on it. I could be wrong about this. That's what I hate. I hate drawing flowers. As a child, I loved it, you know, like, oh, a little circle that swirls around, you know, but now it's like, dude, I hate it. But I'd say this oil paint is fine. I have just one minor issue, and I need to see if it's better when it's completely dry or not. Give me a moment, please. Okay, I'm getting sick apparently. Nice. Yesterday at the marsh, the trees on the opposite side of the shore, the trees were bluish when the sun went down at the horizon. Oh, that's rare. The thing is with the marsh there, it's pretty, okay? Like, don't get me wrong, but painting the marshy is kind of boring. I mean, it can be cool when you have like boats on the water, but without it, it's just like, yeah, you have the shore, you have the water, you have the trees in the background. It's like boring. This way writes the structure there. Yeah, for normal visits, it's pretty, but like painting, it's like, yeah, kind of, you know, basic. I mean, I had to draw like one thing. It's so cliche. Yeah, plakativ. Like, dude. I mean, nonetheless, it's still pretty. And it's still like a good space to, you know, sit at and watch the boats. Or make out, apparently. I would know, right? Going a boat on the river or sea. Yeah. That's what I thought. Like, you could totally, like, you know, when they're on the boat, either make a quick sketch or like paint it in or whatever, you know? But oh well. I don't know what I need to inspect here, Professor. But yeah, yeah, but like one thing, dude. I totally should wait. I probably should post it on Discord. If I find it real quick. I mean, did you see my shelf behind it? I don't mind. It's my goon shelf. My goon shelf. Leave me alone. Oh, wait, camera. How much do you see? Yeah, you see a Metal Gear Shrine and maybe some of my Dragon Ball stuff. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You can see that. I don't mind. It's not the Goon Shelf, but it's close to the Goon Shelf. In your Goon Shelf are 2 books from me. True! 1 manga and 1 book! Well, 1 novel, right? I see the 2 even. Yes! The Goon Shelf. No, it actually is the Goon Shelf, fuck. I thought the other one was the Goon Shelf, but no, this is the Goon Shelf. I mean, both are Goon Shelves, but... This has a Metal Gear Goon and the Death Stranding Goon, so yeah. I need to check one thing. I can check it later, however. But yeah, you have the Goon Shelves.
Wow, there is sure is kind of made of light coming through that stained glass window, huh?
I mean, look, does it look like the archive thingy? I don't know, man. From the looks of this room, it appears the storyteller is quite a talented artist. No! Writers ain't artists. I'm joking. No, please don't hit me. Don't throw stuff at me. I'm joking. Papers are strewn about the plot. Strange. It doesn't appear as if they've been written on. They've been gooned upon. The mega gooner. Oh, no. I shouldn't have started with the Goon Shelves. Like, man.
Ah, this is...
Oh, wait. Ooh, close the window. Why? Well, not close, but you know. What does it look?
This letter on top of the piano. This was evidence during the trial.
The trial? My boy?
Yeah, the trial about Thibodeau's death. The trial when you were...
His arm came off golden. I mean when I was turned to gold. To be honest, we should have sold Herschel, right? Like, hello, gold statue, like big bucks. In which case this letter is the one that the storyteller's owl Hoot gave us after we last paid him a visit.
Hoot hoot! Hoodle! Well, yes it is, but the letter was completely blank, wasn't it?
Indeed it was.
It was Thibodeau's suicide note, which she addressed to the storyteller.
Dude. His suicide note, you say? Oh yeah, right, he doesn't even know about the trial. Like, no one was like, Professor, you kinda fucked.
But Thibodeau's butler swapped the letter for some plain sheets of parchment before it got delivered. And those blank sheets were given to us by Mr. Hood. You knew something was strange about them.
I see. I certainly missed out on some intriguing developments during my absence. Because we all were like, no, you don't need to know. Nothing bad happened. Like, trust us, Professor. Nuh-uh.
The real suicide note was revealed at the trial. But how has it ended up here?
Well, oh my boy, you don't want to know, right? Well, I imagine that's quite simple. No. Professor, nothing is simple. Like, my life is hard. Rock solid. It's likely that after the trial finished, the letter was returned to its rightful owner. It was addressed to the storyteller after all. But shouldn't the Inquisition keep it? No, because they keep all the other things as well. I mean, they said, okay, we return stuff when we're, you know, when we're done investigating and when the trial is done, then we return the stuff, but holy fuck, man.
Right, I guess it does make sense. I suppose the storyteller finally had a chance to actually read it then.
Yes, in fact, it would be reasonable to assume. But what if he died before reading that letter? That he most likely did so very recently, perhaps even today while sitting at the piano. What on earth was going through his mind here before the final parade? I mean, maybe, you know, his friend died. I assume that the alchemist is his friend, right? So his friend died, And then he was like, yeah, you know what? Fuck it, we're going full nuclear burnout. My daughter kills me too. You know, together forever in heaven or in hell, I guess. There's something we're not seeing here. We need to investigate this closely, Luke.
What could it be? Sure, this is not a trap of some kind?
It's unlikely that the trap would be so obvious. Just a moment. I like the idea of a trap. I want to be trapped. There's some kind of puzzle in this piano. No. Professor, I hate you for this. I hate you. No. 68 musical score. 50-50. Okay. Below the stained glass window is written, when the stars have aligned, the goddess shall pluck her harp, bringing forth a serene song. Rearrange the musical notes to create a lovely melody. What does lovely mean? Dude. You know what I mean? Like, everyone else is having like a different lovely tune in mind. Oh, I need to swap it out, okay. Like, do you need to analyze the shit too now? Didn't know that Music Man was in the game. But I don't like this. This is too harsh. This is like therefore too harsh. You can't tell me play it to. I can't. I don't have a saxophone on me right now. What do you mean play it? I don't have a piano. I don't have a harp. Wait, I could use MuseScore and actually put it in. Wait, I could. Wait, let's do that for a moment. Wait, do I have it even installed? Wait. That's actually a smart idea. Is it lovely or no? Wait, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Wait. 8 notes. If it even opens. I pray to God right now if it even opens. We need a harp, right? We need herpes. Harpies. Dude, how long does it need to open? Bro! I need to... Okay, no, don't patch. So I need instruments. All harp. Harp. Yeah. But which harp? Okay. I need to see what I have written down. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Do 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 do. Okay, then. Ooh, this goes crazy high, dude. Okay, I think I have it, right? Put it a bit down. I hope it's not loud and not too loud for y'all. Wait, why isn't it? No. I hate this program. Did I mention I hate this program? I don't know, man. Maybe. I mean, you know what? The worst thing is I could lose some, you know, picker at. Yeah, Professor. Fuck you.
Ah, the joy of solving puzzles.
Okay. Superb. A loud bang rings through the air as the slasher globe adorning the ceiling begins to move. So Pekora! Death Stranding 2 makes a Pekora hat. Peko. You know, first thing I want to have.
Professor, a stairway just appeared. Could there be another room above this one?
Like, the first thing I want to have is a Pekora hat and be like, Peko! Like, the entire game through, like, just like, Peko.
I have a feeling that the rooftop we saw from the garden continues above here.
Oh, I can see what you mean, Professor. It's really dark in here, but moonlight seems to be coming in from up above.
Well, there's no turning back now. The answer to the biggest mystery of all is surely waiting for us ahead.
I don't know, man. Luke already said, hey, upstairs there's like a thing moving. I don't know, man. I don't think this is a good idea, Professor.
I think so too, Professor.
No!
I wonder what on earth it could be.
The next step in the storyteller's story, if I'm not mistaken.
Do they want to die? Like...
The next step? But the story has already finished, hasn't it?
Not yet, Luke. It's still a little too soon for the ending.
You totally took the suicide note with us. Great. How tiny is Luke?
I had a feeling that you, of all people, would make it this far.
It's you!
I thought so. You are still alive.
Professor Layton, I've had enough of your running around, flagrantly contravening the flow of my story. As such, I can no longer ignore your meddling.
No, we will die. Get him! Oh. Dude!
Thank you, my boy.
Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no. 69, Battle of Wit. All that the storyteller writes is destined to come true. Your point takes are no exception. Memorize the storyteller's tale and reflect your opponent's predetermined moves. Every knight will appear in accordance with the storyteller's tale. Memorize the order of their text and reflect them using the knight's own moves against them. 6, 7? Dude! I'm pretty around the story ends here, Professor. Now allow me to write the tale of your demise. The knight drew his blade. As the battle came to a close, he raised the blade overhead and delivered the finishing blow. Okay, like... Okay, okay. I think first he went down, then he had like this swooping thing. And wait. I think that had the poker and then he went from above, right? The finishing strike came from above or whatever you said. Okay. Oh, yay! Okay. Well played, Professor, but how about you fan this tragic tale? Dude, I don't have the brain capacity for this! A new knight stepped in for his fallen comrade. He slashed quickly, delivering 3 blows before finishing the battle with a 3-hit combination attack. Dude! Spin... Okay... Okay... So first he did the tornado. Then he went down. Then he did the spinner. Then he did the... another... swinging flush. Then he went down again. Then he went to the tornado. Right? Right. I hope. Thank God that he's good at fencing, so at least he knows somewhat how to work a sword, right? Think you worked it out, do you? Let us see if you can predict the ending of this final chapter. The final knight drew his sword. As he attacked, he began to vanish into thin air. His movements varied in the breath of the shadows. Down. Dude! Okay, so he went down first. Then he went to tornado. What did he do next? Fuck. I don't know if it did the piercing. I think he did the piercing, right? And the slide? And then the next thing could be like down. But this would make... Oh, fuck. This would make sense, but I don't think. I think it was like this. Or it could be both. Let's go with this. Okay, thank fucking goodness.
Let's see if I've proven myself.
I mean, duh, all three are dead.
That was indeed an intriguing puzzle.
Wait, is the professor a killer now? Marvelous. In this case, it would seem that the pen is not stronger than the sword. Yeah. Fuck the pen. Get him! How many are there?
Professor, behind you!
Ow. Yo, goodbye, Professor.
Professor! Professor!
Dude, how lucky is he?
Well, no, that was close.
Plot shit.
Storyteller, I'm afraid that the power of your pen is no longer absolute.
Why is he sounding like a little
You
lion?
never fail to impress me, Professor Layton. Just tell me one thing. What exactly are you trying to achieve?
You could say, I'm trying to lift the veil that hangs over the town.
If that is indeed the case, the answer lies in the final story. This very evening, the great witch Bazella will be tried, and all stories will end. You should take your place in the gallery and observe the final trial.
Permit me, if I may, to ask you a question, Mr. Storyteller.
Hell no.
Why is it that you are here?
What?
You too should be watching in the gallery, watching as your twisted story unfolds.
My twisted story? What do you mean by that?
You must surely be aware that your story has already become twisted. Take our arrival in this town, for instance. Not to mention our being here at this very moment. Neither of these things could have happened in the story you wrote. In other words, what I'm saying is that you are no longer the weaver of the tale.
It is as you say. The story I crafted has indeed been twisted out of proportion by someone else's actions. I'm not surprised that you realize it seems nothing passes by these sharp eyes unnoticed. What sharp eyes? Maybe Luke's eyes, yes, but Layton's eyes are like tiny, they're little circles, they're kinda cute. That's exactly why I decided to write the grand finale. To prevent any further distortion. Do you mean to suggest that by ending the story you could return this town to its original state? To its original state, you say? I'm afraid that's not the case. The entire truth behind the Olympia is sealed by a single spell. That's right, the final spell. Oh, spoopy. The final spell, you say? When that spell is invoked, Labyrinthia's true form will become clear to all.
What kind of spell is that?
It is a spell that has always been hidden within plain view.
What's that supposed to mean?
Essentially, the final spell is concealed at the start. Again?
The final spell is concealed at the start. What are you talking about?
Bah. I thought you two took it upon yourselves to unravel mysteries, do you not? Do what you will with it. But which start? The start of Labyrinthia and the history of Labyrinthia, or the start of us joining Labyrinthia? Like the beginning. That meme was so good. Very well. Now then, I believe there's just one thing that you may wish to hear from me. And what would that be? Firstly, what would you say if I told you that this twisting of your story is leading towards a grand finale quite different to the one you had planned? What do you mean? This evening, you supposedly gave up your life to the great witch Bezella, did you not? As a result, the person thought to be Bezella is being tried and killed at this very moment. Now if you permit me to ask, do you happen to know the name of the accused? Naturally, I wrote the name myself, there can be no question. Of course the name of the accused is... Espella Cantabella. Nope. What are you saying? You mean my Spella is... Yes, the accused at this evening's trial is none other than Espella Cantabella. That can't be, that's preposterous. This is your doing. What have you done, Layton? Oh, wouldn't you like to know that? You ask me what I've done, Mr. Storyteller. I am but a solver of puzzles and mysteries. I do not concern myself with scheming. My Spella, why? How is she the accused? Perhaps you ought to go and see for yourself, Mr. Storyteller. Do you think it's a good idea to just stand here lamenting your daughter's fate? What's to be done? Just say the stories are a hoax! Like, dude! Well, Mr. Storyteller, I'm already returning to the court. I'd like to witness this grand finale with my own eyes. Ah yes, before I leave, there's just one thing I'd like to make clear. I do not intend to simply take my place in the gallery and observe the trial. Naturally, there's only one place for me to stand in order to unravel all of these mysteries. You mean to say that you will stand as a defender? Unfortunately, the defender's position is already taken. Moreover, Mr. Storyteller, I'm the one who knows the truth. The true identity of the Great Witch Bezella, that is. How can you know? There's only one place at which I should stand in order to assert such a fact. That is not the side of the defense. Dude! Oh, no, I forgot about this. Like, Phoenix versus Layton, like, no! Surely you can't mean... I anticipate seeing you again soon, Mr. Storyteller. Like, if I have to play as Phoenix, we will never win. We will never win. He will have us at our balls, man. We're doomed. I forgot about this, man. So he's taking literally like Dog Claw's side and it's like, yeah. That's where I belong. I'm the bad guy now. Oh no, Professor, please. That's so mean. You big meanie. The Last Inquisitor, Chapter 9. I mean, yeah, let's give him the knighthood, right? Okay, man. Okay. Court is now once again in session. However, I must say, I'm quite surprised at this recent turn of events. To see Miss Kira at the witness stand once again. Frankly, I cannot believe my eyes. I like Kira's design. Like her OG design, not the filthy rope right now, but you know. Like the flower girl Kira thing. You were most certainly sent to the flames as a witch. That's right. I was there. I saw it. She most certainly was. Then how is she still alive? Is it because she's a witch? Can witches not die? No, she must have used Demir and vanished just in time. I say send her straight to the fire. We'll do it ourselves if we have to. Dude, she already didn't die by fire. Now you want to throw her back. Enough. A witch must be in possession of a Talia Magica in order to use magic. I hate to disappoint you all, but do you see such a thing on her person? I think not. But she must have. That girl must have used Demir. Surely you can see that, High Inquisitor. The Muse is a spell able to make someone disappear from sight. It cannot make one vanish entirely, and besides, an investigation conducted by the Knights of the Inquisition has concluded that this girl is not capable of using magic. What the fuck? Listen well, Miss Kira. Your existence alone jeopardizes the very peace of Labyrinthia, yet given the current situation, it is now imperative that you testify to the code regarding what you saw immediately.
Objection!
That will not be necessary. What? This girl has already been convicted and tried as a witch in a previous trial. What good could come of her testimony? Quite a bit. But she was found hiding at the crime scene. I think that makes her a very important witness. A witness whose testimony we cannot choose to ignore. Dude, I'm lucky that I'm not supposed to be the judge, because I would be like, yeah, fuck off, both of you, just burn them all. Hi, Inquisitor Darklaw. I'm afraid your objection is overruled. Wait, Jesus. You wish to proceed then? Very well. Let's hear just how much of a story this girl is willing to tell the court, shall we? There's no doubt about it. Miss Kira must have escaped through the passage leading under the Chamber of Fire. Although, from the looks of it, the judge doesn't have a clue that escape route even exists. We didn't either. Like, what do you mean, Nick? I wish she'd hurry up and get the hint and then takes this helmet off already. The top of my head really itches. Sorry, Maya, take the thing off for now, and we're as good as done. Just sitting in there a little while longer. Aww. I mean, I feel it. I don't wear hats usually too. And yes, it does get very itchy. I already have like a dry scalp, and if I use then a hat, like, dude. Dude. Very well, witness. You may begin your testimony. Like, having dry scalp and the hat on top, it's like hell. It itches like so bad. Explain to the court how you are standing here in court today, and why were you hiding at the crime scene? Oh. I wonder what it is with the witches and not being able to talk. My role and identity. I'm not familiar with this Kira you keep talking about. I came from the Eldritch Woods. I came to this town to summon forth the fire dragon to the storyteller. As it rained, I waited near the bell tower next to the vigilantes for my chance. I was only there to carry out my orders. I don't know anything else outside of that. Wait. So, we saw in the cutscene Espella cast the fire dragon. Because she had the pendant and, you know, you remember, right? Now Kira's like, oh no, I was supposed to do that, not Espella. What the fuck, man? You came here to kill the storyteller? Yes, that was my task. Crazy.
Objection!
But why would Espella then... Okay. Keep in mind, this girl was not the one who summoned the fire dragon in the end. That was the accused. As I warned you earlier, there's nothing to be gained from this witch's testimony. What if Kira wore a wig? Okay, you know, snatching some weaves, you know?
Objection!
No, hold on. She was still present at the scene of the crime with intent to murder the storyteller. The defense insists we be permitted to continue our cross-examination on those grounds. Darklaw is really trying to weasel her way out of this cross-examination. That means there has to be something there. I must admit, I'm too extremely interested in hearing what this witness has to say. Defender, you may begin your interrogation. Oh well, Darklaw, get fucked! Okay. Okay, she doesn't know the name Kira while she's being Kira. I mean, she's missing the Death Note, but okay, yeah. Eldritch Woods, we remember that. You say you're not familiar with the name Kira. Yes, I've never heard of it before. But I say, this is your name, young lady. Honestly, that witchery is this? I have no name. I'm simply a resident of the Eldritch Woods. Nothing more. Eldritch Woods? The very same woods said to house the souls of the witches sent to the flames? Are you telling me they really exist? No matter how you look at her, the Kira up on that witness stand doesn't look much of a soul to me. The girl has lost all memory of ever being a flower seller. Interesting. That is all. If that's the case, then I wonder if she even remembers our run-in back at the marketplace. Say, Miss Kira, do you happen to remember me at all? No, I do not know you. I first saw you just now at the bell tower. Not true. Stop lying. Oh my god, I forgot. My credibility's at 2. We already lost like 2 or 3 HP, right? Well, we lost 3. Okay. I came to this town to summon forth the fire dragon, kill the storyteller. Okay. Did you just say fire dragon? Grandworm? Yes, it was all part of my orders. I was told to come here this evening and wait for the right moment when the storyteller would appear before the people. And then I was supposed to shout out the incantation as loudly as possible. Oh, great beast from the inferno, heed my call, Grandworm. Dude. Okay, nothing happened. I guess we're chill, right, Kira? We're chill. I believe this bears repeating. The girl does not possess a scepter. It is impossible for her to summon any sort of magical dragon. Yes, quite right, High Inquisitor. Then why are you hiding underneath the bench, Your Honor? Yes, well, it isn't her fault then. She could not have cast a spell. I believe I have made it perfectly clear. This girl is not the Great Witch Bezella. Naturally, the Great Witch is... That girl there, Espella Cantabella. There can be no other. Looks-wise? Yes. I do agree, it's Espella. But... I don't know, man. Like I said, there could be like a wig involved, like, you know, spare clothes, like, who knows? As it rained, I waited near the bell tower, next to the vigilantes for my chance.
Hold it!
Which vigilantes? There weren't basically none. Hold it right there, Miss Kira. You snuck right past the vigilantes? Yes, that's right. My orders at the time were to... The girl is a witch. Okay. Therefore, something as simple as vanishing from sight is child's play. Isn't that right, witness? Poor Kira. Like, we already established, like, 2 minutes ago, basically. She has no Talia Magica. Like, she can... We didn't find one. It's a crime scene. What? Oh, man. Did Aqua stay already? Yeah. Last trial. Not last stream, but like 2 streams ago. Sir Duke is dead. Officially. And Jean is still alive, but I wouldn't call it necessarily an alchemist per se. Yes, that is correct. Aha, I remember now. Man, everyone wanted us to die. I mean, Emmerich in Dragon Age is has the hobby of alchemy and is still alive and is kicking despite him being old, like him being like a unk, I guess. But you know, he's still alive and well for an alchemist. Just a few days ago, this girl, I feel abused. Yeah, in every game there's alchemy. The alchemy, well, the alchemist needs to die, right? Maybe you should make a game. Alchemist must die. You said very vanishing spell, the mere if memory serves. Why? 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 I don't know, it's just an idea. I didn't do anything. You know what? When I'm already trying to code a Stardew Valley-like game, I can make it like an alchemy game, right? Well, what are you gawking at, witness? Continue with your testimony. What was that just now? I'm nice. You didn't do anything. You're a good alchemist. You don't make bombs. I could have sworn I just saw Kira's face turn even paler than normal. I don't know. Her face is kind of grayed out, right? It feels a bit grayish, like olive. Olive mixed with gray. I was only there to carry out my orders. I don't know anything else outside of that.
Hold it!
Didn't you see a speller, or am I like dumb? Miss Kira, who exactly gave you your orders? I cannot say. And why is that? I am not to disclose the identity of the one who has given me my orders. That in itself is an order. Right, I'm confirmed. Yes! Yeah! I thought, like, you know, agree shows that I can't do math. How convenient. 16 plus 5 minus 8 plus 8 minus 8 or something, or plus 8 minus 8. Yeah, I can't do math. I'm dumb. But I'm a jellyfish. I don't really have a brain. I mean, I have a brain, but it's like tiny. It's gone. It's so tiny. It's literally not there. Okay, it's all on brand. Trust me, bro. I'm only supposed to carry out my orders. Nothing more. I do not know anything else. And besides, there's nothing more that I can really do. Nothing more she can do? But hold on just a minute. So you are capable of using magic. You are a witch, are you not? I am not a witch. What did you say? I cannot use magic. She can't use magic? This girl is a witch. Every person in the courtroom knows that as a matter of fact. There can't be a nary doubt. I feel bad for Kira, man. Doesn't look like there's much to work with. Even though she's just finished explaining everything, I still don't fully understand. Oh man, Nick, you don't think this Kira is actually some sort of crazy magical zombie, do you? Maya, you went through the same thing as Kira. Did you become a magical zombie? No, but she became a magical girl. You became. It was like, sign this contract, please. I will save you from this. Just sign it. Become a magical girl, Madoka. Oh yeah, I guess not, huh? Luke and I couldn't believe it was Kira when we ran into her in the marketplace. I mean, we thought for sure she was a goner back at the trial. I don't think I'm off though. But Kira is very different than the old Kira. It looks like she doesn't remember a thing. She's almost like another person entirely. Which is kinda creepy to say, Maya. But what if that's just it, Maya? What if the Kira right here, right now, is the real Kira and the old Kira wasn't? Dude, give her a death note. The real Kira, huh? Like, I feel right now Nick could be like L and Maya could be N and be like, yeah. she might or not she might or not be Kira, you know? Yeah, that's why I think I'm about to find something useful in the testimony. We can do this, Nick. Hope you're ready to slam on some deaths, cause we're gonna do some serious pressing here. You know, there's no pressing, you know? Like without me as a professor, there's no pressing. I need a hint, so I can't. Okay, I came to this town. It rains. Okay, press. Bish! Hold it right there, Miss Kira. You snuck right past the vigilantes. Okay, headset. Yes. Order blah. Got it's a witch. Therefore, something as simple as vanishing from sight as child's play. Yeah. Yes, that's correct. Yeah. Remember now, just a few days ago. Yep. Yep, Demir. Right. Yeah, but why should I press? Oh, you. So we need to do that again. It's just a hunch. What should I do? So Nick is like, what should I do? Should I press further? Should I be like, hey, yo, Kira, I saw you at the marketplace. Funny number, sus looking ass. Like, criminal offensive side-eye, you know? But I kind of miss Luke right now, because we need, you know, a second witness, I think. Miss Kira, I've one simple question for you. You stated earlier in your testimony that you snuck past the vigilantes guarding the bell tower and went right inside. Tell me, did you use a spell to get by them? That must certainly be the case. With what Talia Magica? Had she not, she would surely have been spotted.
Objection!
Where's Talia Magica? I want to have the freaking rod. But remember what she let slip just a moment or two ago. She denied being a witch and stated she cannot use magic. Therefore, if that's true, then you, Miss Kira, would not have been able to use Simir at all.
Objection!
What a ridiculous argument. How else would this girl have been able to walk right into the bathroom unnoticed by the guards? Explain that.
Objection!
The cape! I have a better idea. How about we have the witness herself explain it to you? What do you say, Miss Kira? I am not a witch. And I cannot use magic. We already heard that. So, then... Exactly how were you able to ascend the bell tower without being not noticed? Dude. Witness, amend your testimony this instant. Okay. Oh, she is pissed. Loves that for her. What's going on? There's got to be another way she got into the bell tower unseen. But other than magic, I have no idea what it could be. Nick, are you fucking dumb? Like, dude, you know how. These vigilantes aren't that smart. I was wearing the robe of invincibility, so no one was able to see me there. We're going to Harry Potter now, like robe of invincibility, right? So, yeah.
Hold it!
Wait just a second. Did you just say robe of invincibility? Yes, that is correct. A robe of invincibility. Surely you don't mean a robe that can make one vanish from sight when worn. Yes, that is correct. What? And we know exactly which one, cause you know, Hattie did such a great work. Miss Kira, do you have the robe on you right now? I don't have it. Oh. That is, I dropped it back at the bell tower. Nick, think, use a brain. What the heck was that? Why was Kira looking over at Darklaw when she spoke just now? Are you listening to this fast, my lord? Telling you do not give any credence to this witness's testimony? Especially to this preposterous notion of a rope of invincibility. Indeed. I must say, witness, that is quite an unbelievable story.
Objection!
I don't think that's crazy, Your Honor. What? If something like magic can exist, the chance of the rope of invincibility being real are pretty high, wouldn't you say?
Objection!
Oh my god. If such is the case, then how about you put your evidence where your mouth is? Prove that this rope of invincibility exists. I can't prove it. No, give it to me. What say you, defender? Can you prove to the court that the rope of invincibility does in fact exist? Hell yeah, I can. Yes, Your Honor. The defense believes it has evidence to prove the rope's existence. Because I have it in my inventory. Why am I not surprised? A ridiculous defender only begets ridiculous arguments. I've got to admit, an invisible rope does sound pretty far-fetched even for Labyrinthia. But if there's even the slightest possibility this evidence is right, then I've got to try it. Yeah, Nick, do it. Meryl Defender, please show the court this evidence. Show us a piece of evidence that proves the existence of this rope.
Take that!
There was, in fact, a rope dropped and left at the crime scene tonight. A rope? Miss Kira, that rope of invisibility that you mentioned earlier wouldn't happen to be this one right here, would it?
Objection!
Doctor, shut the fuck up, man! Sorry, lady, ma'am. How ludicrous. You're trying to tell the court that is rope invincibility. If it's really a rope invincibility, then how is it that we can see it right now? Dirty, white spots and all. Nick, well, she's kinda got a point there. Oh hey, what if the rope actually disappears when you wear it? Give it here, Nick. Watch the wonder as mighty and magnificent disappears before your very eyes. Okay, I like that idea, to be honest, but I feel like it's a flower. So, are you amazed yet? Maya, no! Yeah, I'm amazed at how totally ridiculous you look in that. Hey, what gives? Thing must be busted or something. It didn't disappear at all. Well, that's not it. No. Tonight, at the bell tower, I was wearing that robe. Huh? What did you just say? What did you say? Did the rope come off? Order! I said order! But how is that possible? The rope did not disappear at all just now. That's because of the white powder on it. It's usually not that dirty. Oh, you mean these spots here? Please don't tell me. Oh yeah! Pat totally unloaded an entire bag of flour onto those nights. Remember? Do you remember? Not to mention it was still raining when we were up there. The flour must have gotten nice and wet so it stains the rope. Say, what if we try washing the flour off? Ah! There's a small water fountain at the edge of the square. Head there right now and wash the rope so that we can get to the bottom of this quickly now. Yeah, like, yeah. Let's wash it. Let's make a puzzle out of the washing. Alright, this shouldn't be too hard. Take notes, Nick. This is how you do the laundry. See, all you have to do is throw the rope into the water like so. Wait, what? So, do you see anything, Maya? That's just it. I don't see a thing. It's disappeared. What? I frankly took a close look at the water in the fountain, but the rope had actually vanished without a trace, right inside the fountain. So, they put it into the water and boom, the rope's entirely gone? Huh? Defender? What is the meaning of this? How could you have lost such a vital piece of evidence? Your Honor, it wasn't on purpose. Trust me, I wish I knew how it happened. I can't believe it. The rope actually disappeared from sight. I don't quite know what you're talking about. I can still see the rope just fine. Huh? Look! It's right here! See? No, Miss Kira, I really don't see. Because there's nothing to see. So, is that how it works? Putting the rope on makes you disappear completely from sight? But from the looks of it, only Kira is able to actually see the rope itself. It is not just me. It's all inhabitants of the Eldritch Woods. All of us can see the rope. The Eldritch Woods? Our village lies deep within the recesses of the forest, in a world much different from this one. That's where I live. As long as we obey the law of the land, we are allowed to live there. I knew it. There's definitely something different about Kira compared to the rest of the townspeople here. You're in the forest where they won't hear you scream. Yeah. Like, where Ban tried to kill Bezella. I mean, yeah. He totally should have done that. For the time being. Seeing as only the witness can see the rope, we will cover it in flour again for the sake of visibility. Thank you. But there's still one tiny thing bothering me. Miss Kira, your rope was found in the middle of the floor of the bell tower, the same floor where we found my client. However, you were hiding on the uppermost level of the bell tower. Yes? You testified a little while ago that you dropped your rope, but... I need enemy skill 567, I wish luck to get it. I wish you the bestest of luck. I have to wonder, what exactly were you doing there on that top floor? It would seem there's still much we must ask this witness. What say you, High Inquisitor Doglaw? Did the Inquisition still need to follow Milord's decision on such matters? Yeah. I have no objections. Of course you don't. Very well, witness. You are hereby ordered to continue with the testimony. Tell us what happened between your sneaking up to the top floor of the bell tower and tonight's most terrible crime. My head burns. Ooh, not good. Yes. Okay. What happened on the top floor? I was waiting on the middle floor of the tower. I started to turn around, but I was too late. They attacked me from behind. There was nothing I could do. My arm was restrained and the attacker covered my mouth. As I struggled to get away, I think I managed to pull something off my attacker. That's when I lost consciousness. I woke up to find myself next to the bell on the top floor of the tower. Wait, so now she got assaulted? Witness, are you saying someone attacked you while you were in the bell tower? Yes, that is correct. But who? I don't know. They've attacked me from behind, so I couldn't see who it was. So you were unconscious the entire time after that. That's why I was unable to complete my mission. But even if I hadn't been unconscious, I couldn't have done anything trapped high up in the belfry like that. I wonder if that weird contraption we found there was used to move Kira up to the belfry. At least, I can't see any other way she could have got up there. Yeah, gotta go up there. You heard the witness. She was locked up in the belfry of the tower. In other words, she couldn't have had anything to do with tonight's events. Okay, got it. That was quick. Therefore, there's no need for this utterly useless interrogation.
Objection!
It's not useless. Not so fast. The witness also testified that someone attacked her tonight. Panda, are you implying that this attack could have been Bezella? Nope, never said that. I cannot say for certain, Your Honor. Regardless, the defense requests we be allowed to cross-examine this witness. Request granted. Now then, defender. You may begin your interrogation. Oh, thank goodness! And here's where the fun begins. Let's see if we can coax this mysterious second witch out of hiding. I want Leighton back. Right this instant, please. Please, I need him back. Even if he's against me, it's okay. Like, I got it, you know. I sit at the middle floor, okay. So you weren't able to catch even a glimpse of your attacker, is that right, Miss Kira? Yes, that's right. Not even a teeny bit. They attacked me from behind after all. Did I just hear correctly? It sounds like she hesitated in answering. By the way, may I ask why you turned around, Miss Kira? What? What do you mean? Well, it's just that you said you suddenly tried to turn around. Something must have really grabbed your attention to make you try to turn around so suddenly. I don't remember. I don't remember. I do think I heard a sound come from behind me. You're saying that you heard something. That's what made you turn around. Yes, but I don't have any recollection of what exactly that was. Oh, maybe it's a contraption. Huh. Why is Darklaw quiet? I don't like it when she's quiet. They take me from behind. Okay.
Hold it!
Something grabbed Palm. Was the person male or female? Or are you not sure? I mean, you can... Okay, let's say she was grabbed in her arm, right? You can tell by the hand if it's male or female, to be honest. You can feel it. I don't remember much. But I do know the person easily overpowered me. I remember they grabbed my left wrist. I tried to scream, but they quickly covered my mouth before I had a chance. I desperately tried to break their hold, but it was no good. Okay, but do we have signs of a struggle on her? It sounds like the attacker managed to restrict her movements from behind. As I struggled to get away, I think I managed to pull something off of my attacker.
Hold it!
What exactly did you pull off? I was still really dazed at the time, so I can't remember it very well, but... When I flung my hand up, I felt myself grabbing a small, round object. I must have pulled it off without thinking. I felt whatever it was snap right off. The necklace, maybe. So from what you're saying, it sounds like this could have been something that was on your attacker's person. I think so. I can still feel it even now. It felt like I just snapped a piece of rope or something. I really wonder what it could have been. I think I would recognize the shape if I saw it. She'd recognize the shape if she saw it? If only we had something that could trigger her memories, and all we have to do is present it and we'd be in business. Oh yeah! Yeah, tell me about it. You know that might not be such a bad idea, Maya. Okay. I want to try something. I might lose one credibility. It's still fine. Do we go back?
Hold it!
Ask her again about it. Flip around object and put those will snap. I think so. Okay. Can I please present? She recognized the shape if she saw it. Yeah, but I want to present it. It wasn't even allowed to present it. Wait, wait, one more time.
Hold it!
No, I don't have a present button. Why? I could throw it in her face. Be like, bitch, I have it right here. Okay, then she lost consciousness. Okay. You say you lost consciousness? Not allowed to present your D. Yeah, Nick is not allowed to present his D to the client, right? You lost your consciousness. Yes. In fact, it actually felt a lot like magic. It was the first time I had ever experienced a magic spell quite like that. As I thought, there was magic at play here. Must I remind you that the Great Witch Bazella can use any magic and all magic with a snap of her fingers? Indeed. Such a spell does in fact exist. It was, oh blasted, what was it called again? Don't sweat it, Your Honor, just leave it to me and my trusty old Grand Grimoire. I wonder, could Kira's attacker have actually been a witch? It really doesn't look like magic was used to knock her out, huh? Anyway, it looks like Kira's telling the truth. Still, she's definitely avoiding making eye contact. Not to mention she seems extremely hesitant. There's no doubt about it. She's trying to keep something big from getting out. In that case, Nick, let's give it all we've got and get to the bottom of this. Yeah, it really feels like there's a lot riding on this one, Maya. I was waiting in the middle of the floor and turned around and it was too late.
Hold it!
Okay. You weren't able to catch even a glimpse of your attacker, is that right, Miss Kira? Yes, that's right, not a teeny tiny bit. They attacked me from behind after all. That's just secret, okay. We already had that, I think. By the way, may I ask you why you turned around? Yeah, okay, we had that. Okay. Maybe now I can present it. Yeah, okay, dog lost quiet. Yeah. My arm was for staying but expected I think I should put something up. Okay, let's press it. Maybe now we can present. What did you pull off? Days for robot up down. Okay. I still can't present it, what do you mean? Hello, I want to present this. Ah, here I can present it. Okay. It's just like, oh, if I could see it, look at it, I would know. Maybe we need to present it then here. Okay, maybe that's my wrongdoing. Maybe, you know.
Objection!
Miss Kira, you stated that you felt yourself snap something off of your attacker. Would that thing by any chance be this right here? Oh! That's it! I recognize that shape. That was the object I grabbed. What did you say? But that's the accused pendant, is it not? Nope. Not quite, Your Honor. There are actually two pendants like this. The one you see here is the counterpart to Miss Cantabella's pendant. Oh. Now that you mention it, I remember. The necklace was actually very tough. It really didn't rip right off so easily. So I struggled against it, tugging and pulling at it for a bit, and I must have scratched their neck in the process. Wait a moment, is this why Dogclaw keeps a hand over her neck to hide the marks? You mean you scratched your attacker's neck? I think so, but I don't know for sure. Nick, in that case, that means the dark stuff on the necklace could be... Yeah, it could be the attacker's blood. As the code can clearly see, there are still traces of blood left on the necklace itself, however. Take one good look at my client, you notice there are no visible scars or cuts of any kind around her neck. Ergo, there is no way Miss Cantabella could be Miss Kira's attacker.
Objection!
Doesn't matter, she's still the witch. Nice try, Defender. But I must stop you right there. Huh? Have you already forgotten what I told you? The Great Witch can use any spell in existence. She could have easily healed any such wound in the blink of an eye. Oh! Okay, that's nice to know, because I don't know what spells they all have. Duh! Ugh. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I already miss Inquisitor Barnum. Yeah, me too. Barnum. Man, we really can't catch a break on this one, huh, Nick? Let us resume the interrogation. Witness, continue with testimony. Okay, that's the only thing I had. Dude. As I lost consciousness, I woke up to find myself next to the bell on the top of the floor. The bell tower. I wonder, could Kira's attacker have actually been a witch? It really doesn't look like magic was used to knock her out, huh? Yeah, anyway. Looks like Kira's saying the truth. Yep. Still, she's definitely avoiding making eye contact, not to mention she seems extremely hesitant. Okay, we had that. Yes, I thought about it. She's trying to keep something big from getting out. In that case, yeah, let's do this. Yeah, it really feels like there's a lot of writing on this one, Maya. Okay, let's go. I was waiting. Present. They attacked me from behind. There was nothing I could do. My arm was restrained, and the attacker covered my mouth. Eh? Present what? Huh? Being Bezala using the magic to kill the town's creator? Mechanism for the middle force belt, how it has a whole touch detail.
Objection!
I don't know. Yeah, okay, credibility down. That statement clearly contradicts this piece of evidence. No, it does not, Nick. I'm sorry. The defense objection is overruled. Why? We have gathered here to deliver the final judgment of the Great Witch. This trial is strict and the results irrevocable. You should at least have the good sense to notice when you make a mistake. Okay, one down. The shadows feel different to the other ones. True. Yeah, but I don't have anything. I don't know. But it doesn't fit the case outline. Here we go. Here we go. Game over for the first time because I'm confused. Okay. I don't see anything else ordinary. Ah, really? I don't know, man. Objection overruled. Let that be a lesson, defender. There's no need to continue this trial. The accused's true identity has been proven beyond doubt. The court shall now issue the final verdict for Isabella Cantabella. Fuck! It is a crime to be a witch. You must do everything to erase magic from the world. Despicable witch, into the flames with you. Okay, I mean, at least we have a game over for once, right? Note save data. Restart trial, no way! Restart trial would mean the entire fucking trial, I think. That would be crazy. Okay, it's not the vigilantes. It's not the case outline. My arm was restrained. The attacker covered my mouth. But with what?
Objection!
Miss Kira, there's something a little strange about your testimony just now. When you say, okay, but why is it now dependent? I don't get it. Huh? You stated that you were attacked from behind and that the attacker grabbed you by the wrist, correct? Yes, that's right. Assuming that was in fact the case, then I'd say no matter how much you struggled, there's some way you would have been able to yank off this pendant, don't you think? The strap on this pendant is too short. There's some way you could have reached behind you and managed to pull it off. That is a good point. Miss Kira, the only way you would have been able to yank this pendant off of your attacker is if they were standing directly in front of you. No! Order! Order, I say! Witness, this is true!
Objection!
The witness was the victim of a physical attack. It's only natural that she'd be a bit confused on some of the details. Sure, me too. Hi, Inquisitor. I wouldn't exactly call mistaking the location of your attacker being a bit confused. I come off a bare-faced lie. Well now, Defender, I see you are as pathetically short-sighted as ever. Your argument is only valid assuming that this girl here actually saw her attacker. If she was not able to see this person, well, let's say it made no difference where they were standing. Then that means the attacker was also wearing one of these robes? That is impossible, my lord. As the witness already stated earlier, only residents of the Edward Woods are able to see these robes. In short, the attacker must have been a witch and must have disappeared from sight with the use of magic. You must mean the Great Witch Bezella. There's one more thing proving the attacker to be a witch. And just what might that be? The witness has stated that she lost consciousness. If you take a look in the Grand Grimoire, you will notice a spell called Paintball. Witness, allow me to ask you. Did you hear the incantation of the spell? Now that you mention it, I do remember hearing something like that. Say what? Oh god, guys! Where's Layton? Aha! Here it is! Painful. Causes those to hear the incantation to lose all consciousness. We must not forget. Wait! Everyone who hears incantation. But does this include the witch? We can hear our own voice, right? So naturally the witch should have been, you know, a goner too. The Great Witch can use any magic, any and all magic at will. The spell Painful has been bookmarked in the Grand Grimoire. Okay, thank you. Witness, a mighty testimony to reflect this important piece of information. Yes, right away. Oh boy, I can't believe she managed to get out of that one. But still, I'm not about to give her up just yet. I keep on going until we finally get to the bottom of who this attacker really is. Now then, let's continue with the interrogation. I heard the incantation for Faintful, and before I could even turn around.
Hold it!
And now you remember. You heard the incantation. Are you absolutely sure about that? Yes, there's no mistaking it. Wait. Ghosts start to hear the incantation to lose all consciousness. Its effect take hold the second the incantation is heard. Then Bella should immediately been like, yeah, I'm out. The attacker used magic to vanish from sight, went up the stairs and then rendered the witness unconscious also with magic. Clearly this must be the work of none other than the Great Witch Bezella. It is no mere coincidence that the attacker was able to use such spells. It is certainly no ordinary witch. Afterwards, the witness attacker carried her off. Naturally, that would require the use of both hands, one would think. Both hands? Inquisitor? In other words, the witch would not have been able to hold the Talia Magica. Ah. Right, and the only witch that doesn't need a scepter like that is Bezella. I see, you somehow managed to get that through your thick skull, Defender. Very well, continue, witness. Yes. Okay, but that still didn't give me a hint on what to do. Yes, okay, she potentially heard the incantation or whatever, but... take my hint coin game. Present. Okay, I need to use a spell. And the game is like, we're not gonna make it easy for you.
Objection!
Let's go with Painful. Miss Kira, I have watched you at the witness stand this entire trial, desperately trying to keep something hidden from the rest of the court. I wonder if you're familiar with the saying, a lie begets more lies. It means multiple lies are bound to unravel and leave your story with more holes than Swiss cheese. Get to the point, Defender. According to the Grand Grimoire, Painful causes a person to lose all consciousness. It's written here in black and white. Its effect takes hold the second the incantation is heard. Ah, Miss Kira, you testified as follows. You heard the incantation for Faintfall and immediately became aware of the presence of your attacker. You then put up a fight. But if you really did use an incantation, there's no way you would have been able to yank that pendant from your assailant. Huh? Order! Order! What is the meaning of this? The meaning is that Miss Kira didn't actually use incantation like she claimed she did. But then why? Why on earth was this girl unconscious? She wasn't. Kira was definitely knocked out by whoever attacked her. And when she woke up, she found herself up on the top floor of the bell tower. It's possible Miss Kira was rendered unconscious by... other than some other kind of sleeping spell? Nope. Another witch? Nah. Something other than magic? Presumably yes. The answer here is obvious. Something other than magic must have knocked her out.
Objection!
And what, may I ask, makes you so certain of that? Is it not possible that another spell could have been used?
Objection!
I don't know, man. I haven't checked the big book. That's not possible. You of all people should know that. What? Miss Kira claims that she heard someone say the incantation is completely false. Even so, there wouldn't be too much of a problem if she actually had heard an incantation. That's right. However, gone by testimony, that can't have been the case. The only spell capable of making someone lose consciousness is Faintfall. Is that right, High Inquisitor Darklaw? Defender. I claim there's another way besides magic could have been used to render Miss Kira unconscious. I mean, she was physically assaulted, meaning like they could have used, power to, strangle her, I guess? There's only one other thing that crossed my mind. And speaking of course, about sleeping medicine. Oh, yeah, right. The bad gas. Sleeping medicine? If you remember, Miss Kira said that the attacker covered her mouth before she could scream. In doing that, the attacker was able to administer a potent sleep medicine, thus putting Miss Kira out like a light. Hey! Indeed, that does make sense. Therefore, Your Honor, the attacker did not necessarily have to be Bezella. But we only had 2 people at the tower. I mean, why would an all-powerful being capable of commanding any and all magic need to resort to drugging someone?
Objection!
Yeah, right. Let's drug Kira. Hold it right there, Defender. They managed to sneak past the guards and make their way up into the bell tower. Clearly, they must have used magic to appear invincible.
Objection!
No! You don't need magic to make yourself disappear, High Inquisitor. Just be me, just be quiet enough. Browsers on, and getting past those guards at the tower is a piece of cake. It's a rope of invincibility. But despite all that, there's still one glaring problem. Miss Kira. Yes? You admitted to the court earlier that you were attacked from the front, correct? If that's the case, then there's only one possible conclusion we can draw. You, Miss Kira, were entirely capable of seeing your attacker's face. Ooh, why is that? I didn't. It's simple, you even said it yourself. Only residents of the Eldritch Woods are able to see this robe. That means, Miss Kira, there's a piece of this puzzle you could possibly know. Only you can tell us the identity of the person who entered the bell tower and attacked you tonight. I mean, true. I can't tell you. No matter what happens. I just can't tell you. No matter what. Ah, so it is someone of the Eldritch Woods, huh? You see, everyone, this witness has been covering up for someone from the very start of this trial. What? But luckily for us, we won't be needing any more of Miss Kira's testimony. Because the answer is staring right in front, is staring us right in the face. I'm speaking, of course, about the true identity of Miss Kira's attacker. All the clues are point to this one person. Defender, I take it you are prepared to prove such a serious accusation? I am. I sure am not. But fine that he is. You know, I want to throw my answer out. Alright, it looks like it all comes down to this. Now we'll finally see who's been pulling the strings this whole time. Very well. Defender tells the court. Who was responsible for attacking the witness and locking her up on the top floor of the bell tower? The defendant, accused of murdering the storyteller by summoning a fire dragon. Okay, I would say Isabella is out. Isabella's father and the creator of Labyrinthia, killed by the fire dragon summoned by Bezella. Storyteller out. The High Inquisitor imprisoned Barnum for treason took over as the Inquisitor in this trial. Already very sus. Isabella's pet cat was with her at the time of the incident. Okay, since Isabella felt kind of away, I would say Eve can't carry a person, okay? 10 town heroes have been guarding the bell tower ever since it appeared 3 months ago. They were close, but I don't think that they would be like, yeah, let's do some bullshit. The flower got supposedly burned for witchcraft. Amnesiac was hiding in the belfry. I want to say Darkla just because I don't trust her. She has been very sketchy, like this entire trial already.
Take that.
The answer's obvious, Your Honor. It was you, High Inquisitor Darklaw. What? What? Order! Order! Order in the court! Inconceivable, there's no way! I must say, Defender, your courage is impressive, however reckless you may be. Accusing a High Inquisitor is no small feat, I assure you. However, with serious accusations come serious consequences. One small misstep, and I will personally see that you never set foot in this courtroom ever again. Mark my words, Defender. I understand. My, how confident. Let us see if that confidence of yours is well justified. Miss Kira's attacker drugged her with sleep medicine. It likely took no more than a few seconds for her to lose consciousness. The medicine must have been very potent. Oh, right! And since they took the potions from the alchemist, only Darklaw was able to get to the medicine or the potions. True, after all, its effects appear somewhat similar to magic. There's only one person I can think of in all of Labyrinthia who could supply you with that kind of medicine. Sir Newton Belduke.
Objection!
Defender, you are aware that Sir Belduke has been deceased for over 3 months now, are you not? That's a fact I'm well aware of, believe me. While he was still alive, Sir Belduke provided the citizens of this town with a variety of medicines for whatever ailed them. But it wasn't all just medicine, he also created some very dangerous concoctions. Typical alchemist behavior. That's why, after he passed away, all of his medicines and creations were confiscated. Confiscated? Inquisitor Barnum said as much in the last witch trial. The victim was an alchemist after all. We were hoping the items confiscated from his study could provide some clues. Besides, such thing must not fall into the wrong hands. It may not be standard practice, but it was deemed necessary. The confiscated goods are stored in our secret vault. The only person with access to them is the High Inquisitor, Lady Darklaw. Ah, girl. Ah.
Objection!
So because I have access to the medicine, I must be the one that used it. Is that what you're getting at, Defender? That's right. Stinky, stinky. Unfortunately for you, I would hardly call that proof. You said it yourself. Somebody concocted a plethora of dangerous medicines in his efforts to assist the people of the town. He was well known for this fact, a fact that he no doubt was none too pleased with. As such, it is highly likely that those same dangerous substances are still scattered throughout the town. And therefore, Defender, it is entirely possible that the culprit was able to get their hands on such dangerous medicine. I mean, both yes and no to Nick and to Darklaw. Oh my god. Indeed. Long as Silberduke's medicine played an active part in maintaining the health of this town's citizens. There's plenty of reason to believe some of his more dangerous medicines still remain in the Labyrinthia. A piece of advice, Defender. Next time you speak in court, I recommend you try procuring some real evidence before spouting such idiotic accusations. If you fail to do so, your next words will be uttered to the flames. No, she wants to kill us. Oh my god, girl, chill. You're in a fucking period, man. I shouldn't be saying that, but I find it funny right now. Vegas, I knew she wouldn't take that argument sitting down. Yeah, why should she, right? Both High Inquisitor Darklaw and Inquisitor Barnum are the very harbingers of justice within Labyrinthia. Raising such an accusation against either of them without valid reason will result in the most severe of punishments. But Darklaw was allowed to say to Barnum, boom, prison time cause of treason. But I can't say bitch is a witch. Okay. What does he mean by the most severe of punishments? I think the judge is saying that if I don't start making a case, we're gonna be paying Silberduke a visit real soon. Holy fuck, man! You present some decisive evidence and fast. I'm pretty sure I should be able to do that much. High Inquisitor Darklaw is the attacker, and the one thing that proves this is... she could have the scratch wound on her neck. She could... We need a picture of her and Estella, the childhood picture of the pendant. A piece of evidence. Yeah. Your Honor? The defense has decisive evidence linking to the High Inquisitor with tonight's crime. Evidence, you say? You seem rather certain, Defender. I don't know, man! You don't have the picture right now. I need Layton. Very well, here's your chance to present the so-called evidence. Show the court a piece of evidence that connects High Inquisitor Darklaw to tonight's crime.
Take that!
Yeah, it must be the pendant. This is the pendant worn by the attacker and pulled off by the witness, is it not? That's right, Your Honor. But more than that, the pendant has left us a pretty important clue. High Inquisitor. This pendant is connected to another clue present somewhere on your person. On me? I must admit, I do not know where you are going with this Defender, but please point out this clue to the court. Shows this clue supposedly still on the High Inquisitor's person. Her neckaroni.
Got it!
The High Inquisitor's neck? You don't mean... Yep. Miss Kira yanked this pendant off of her attacker's neck. Take a look at the necklace. It still has a bit of blood left on it. Keep that hand there. You just make yourself suspicious. According to her earlier testimony when Miss Kira pulled at the necklace, she supposedly felt herself scratch the attacker's neck. Is that correct, Miss Kira? Yes. Therefore, the attacker should still have a mark on their neck from having been scratched. Oh, would you mind letting the court take a look at your neck, High Inquisitor Darklaw? I'm pretty sure that underneath that high collar, we'll find exactly the mark we're looking for. Unless, of course, you were able to get rid of it with magic. Oh, well, she's fucked. Most impressive. What? I have to say, Defender, you've managed to finally hone that dull blade of yours into something of use. You are correct, there is in fact a mark on my neck that I did receive tonight. What? What? Lady Darklaw, what is the meaning of this? Does it mean Lady Darklaw is the Great Witch? I mean, she looks the part, right? Your Honor. Yeah, yes. I see you're still here, Defender. Your Honor, I know you're shocked and everything, but come on, work with me here. Your Honor, the defense would like to call High Inquisitor Doctor to the witness stand. What did you just say? It's quite clear that the High Inquisitor has some connection to what transpired tonight. Was this game supposed to have puzzles? One more! There's only one puzzle left! And what's more, I think it's even up to the trial only. There's a chance that she used a position of authority as High Inquisitor to frame my client as a Great Witch. But never in all my years as judge of this court has Inquisitor been asked to take a stand in the middle of a trial? After the trial? I think it's only like a little small one, if I remember correctly. Well, you're going to have to make some history here if we are finally going to find the truth, Your Honor. I mean, we never had a puzzle in the trial. When is that? In 5 months? Possibly next stream, I guess. Since you're already taking so much time. Even so, this trial cannot continue any further without Inquisitor. Hey, in that case, how about you get Inquisitor Barn? Inquisitor Barnum remains incarcerated in the underground dungeons for the crime of treason against the storyteller. No! Let my man go free! I don't think he will be able to make it to the party. No way! I swear I blame this game. Why the new Latin game is AI slop? No, I blame the cat game. Petriel is a problem. Most regrettable, Defender. Layton, please, now! This whole thing is hopeless unless High Inquisitor Doctor takes to the witness stand. Espella will be done for and the truth along with her. Layton! But on the other hand, without an Inquisitor on the other side, the trial can't continue and the outcome would end up the same. I should finish the Catriel game, same. What should I do?
Hold it.
Yes! He's back! Uh-oh.
I believe I can fill that role.
Professor, wait, what are you saying?
I can prove, conclusively, that Espella Cantabella is, in fact, the Great Witch Bazella.
Huh?
What the fuck?
Now, Mr. Wright, the time has come at last to settle this once and for all.
Dude, why is he suddenly being like, yeah, no,
We've been
fuck
waiting
you?
for the professor to show up.
Where's the witch and the jelly? No, why me? Why me? Like, he was like, yeah, I know who the witch is now. And the storyteller was like, what do you mean my daughter is the witch? Yeah, no, we know. We know that she's the witch. Layton, shut the fuck up!
If there was anyone who could find some decisive evidence to win this thing, it was him.
God, you're my sister and you will suffer tomorrow in the gym. Fuck you. I'm already suffering.
He ended up standing behind the Inquisitor's bench. The professor wasn't on our side here.
Yeah, he was against my ass all the time.
I had to wonder, what the heck was going to happen?
He will throw puzzles at you mid-trial. Trust me, bro. No, I do not. No. Don't want to do that tomorrow. Tomorrow's too early for that. Wait, cracking a cold one, wait.
Oh, yeah.
Professor? But what are you doing?
He's doing nothing. Everything at the center. Why did you want
What
that
am
now?
I doing, Mr.
I don't
Wright?
know, man.
Yeah, you were supposed to show up with some decisive evidence and save the day, Professor.
I'm afraid my only
I
concern
know.
is the truth.
The truth?
The truth behind the real identity of the Great Witch, Espella Cantabella.
Leighton, no.
If seeking the truth
Where's
requires us
Luke?
to stand on opposite sides of the courtroom, then so be it.
He is literally... Dude! Dead. Yeah,
I
he's
expect
literally
you
dead.
to defend Miss Cantabella with everything you've got, Mr. Wright.
I have hint coins galore. Court's now back in session. Are you prepared, High Inquisitor? So long as I remember the witness that I'm no longer High Inquisitor, simply Darkdaw will suffice. Miss Darkdaw, I'd like to just confirm something. A moment ago we established that you were in fact present at the bell tower during the time of the incident. That makes a total of 3 people at the scene. It would appear that was the case. Hell no. However, you managed to stay hidden from 10 different guards. With the help of this right here. But it's what Kira used. Okay? The robe of invincibility. In other words, there's every reason to be suspicious of your actions tonight. Yeah, fuck that. I'm confused already. Lady Darklaw, why I cannot believe you would deceive us in such a way? I asked you to tell the court what happened at the time's incident. Very well. What happened tonight? The townspeople was to be the parade's final stop. I patrolled the perimeter to ensure nothing was amiss. As I passed by the bell tower, a pair of small footprints leading inside caught my eye. I went inside to investigate. I had my own reasons for not allowing any of the vigilantes to see me. I climbed the stairs up the bell tower and saw an intruder inside with their back turned. I proceeded to apprehend them. You apprehended the intruder. Wonder how the position of High Inquisitor. There are often times when I must partake in various secret tasks unbeknownst to the citizens of Labyrinthia. One of those tasks being ensuring the security of the storyteller. Yet you failed. Security. As such, there's nothing odd nor suspicious about my actions tonight. For us, it is kind of sus. I see. Defender, you may now begin your interrogation. Leighton, be quiet. Alrighty, the town square was to be the parade's final stop.
Hold it!
Nothing was amiss, you mean there was no immediate threat to the storyteller, right? Now you tell me, Defender, should you remember the final part of the story? She must mean the part about the storyteller's death. There's a little possibility of changing the outcome of what has already been written in the story. However, there are still those who would challenge the story and make an attempt at changing the inevitable, yeah. That is what I too think. What's up, Maya? Did you notice something? You could say that. It's just, look at Kira, she's been looking down in the dumps since the start. Alright, Kira, I honestly forgot she was still here. Not only that, she looks sort of scared too. You're right. We can't afford to forget about her. I wonder if Kira has anything else she could tell us. I've got to remember to question here the second I see an opening. Yeah, but it's not right now. Well, it should save, cause Darklaw will fist my ass if I don't do it, right? She will just go like claw first. As I pass by the bell tower, a pair of small footprints leading inside caught my eye. Okay. Those must have been Miss Kira's footsteps from when she snuck into the bell tower, right? Indeed, the ground outside was quite muddy after the rain, so her footprints were easily visible. Right. According to the vigilante's testimony. They thought the footprints looked like Foxy's, but turned out they weren't hers. Oh yeah, I miss Foxy. That's right. Her footprints would have contained a mark where her stiletto had been seen. But the footprints I saw at the bell tower contained no heel mark at all. And you stepped beside those footprints on your way up the stairs, so as not to leave your own and risk being detected, correct? Yeah. I mean, would make sense, but why go through all this trouble? Exactly. At that time, my main task was to ensure the safety of the town square. In doing so, it was one of the utmost importance. No one knew of my presence there. Had the townspeople noticed your presence there, it would undoubtedly have raised some suspicion. Indeed. So naturally, that is why I did not wish to be noticed by the vigilantes. Therefore, it was imperative that I mask any traces of my being there, even if it meant utilizing another's footprints. I see. A clever tactic worthy of the High Inquisitor herself. I don't know, man. Is there anything off about her testimony just now? There's something very wrong. Miss Darklaw, I just noticed something in your testimony that's very relevant to the case. The defense requests you amend your testimony. You just can't help letting that ridiculous imagination of yours run wild, can you? The Inquisition has no objections. Why is he playing my hands? Very well, the witness will amend your testimony. Thank you. There was no heel on the footprints. So as I ascend the stairs, I would have to match my footprints to them as far as possible. Darklaw, I want to see your boots. I want to see your soles, man, girl, woman. Miss Darklaw, what was your reason for going up at the bell tower alone? It is as I said earlier. I was in the town square to make sure the area was secure. Okay, but surely you had some inkling that Bezella might be lurking around there somewhere, right? Wouldn't it have been a lot better if you went into the bell tower with some backup from the vigilantes? Defender, you witnessed the summoning of the fire dragon with your own eyes, did you not? 10 more people at my side against a power such as that would only mean 10 more lives lost. She's got a point there. And besides, even if those 10 had been with me, their combined strength is snary that of even Barnum's annoying mutt. Dude, leave Constantine alone. No objections here. Say, Nick, about Darklaw's testimony. I think I noticed something kind of fishy. Yeah, me too. It'd probably be a good idea to give the court record another check just in case. I mean, okay, but I need to see your feeties! Not that I actually want to see a real life feeties. I mean, I just want to, make sure that, it's her boots. I have no reasons for not allowing any of those vigilantes to see me. Alice, why are you hiding that fact, girl? Why the world of reasons? They relate to protecting the storyteller. It was something I was to carry out at that particular time. Did it perhaps have something to do with what was already decided upon in the story? The storyteller's word is absolute, therefore Any and all those making attempt to alter this must be dealt with immediately.
Hang on!
Excuse me, Miss Kira. Witness? Yes? Because she really doesn't remember her own name. You seem to be deep in thought about something. Did you remember anything regarding the High Inquisitor's testimony? No, I'm sorry, nothing particular. It's just... I'm a little disappointed in myself. Disappointed? I traveled all the way here to Labyrinthia in order to fulfill my mission, but... all I managed to do was fail and end up being captured. Regardless of your own failure, Miss Kira, the storyteller did die as was foretold, did he not? Dude, you know that! Tonight, as the rain came pouring down over the town, I arrived at my designated location. Naturally, the bell tower was surrounded by guards on patrol. 10 to be exact. I was very nervous. She must be talking about the vigilantes. Just relax, you'll be fine, so long as you're wearing this robe, I kept telling myself. Little did I know I was wrong. But none of this would have happened if I was just a little bit more careful. Enough. Yeah, I'm confused too. I'll be thinking more about atoning for your past crimes and less about what could have been if I were you. Yeah, be more careful, Bish. Is there anything wrong with Miss Kira's testimony? There's something odd. Hold on one second about your testimony, Miss Kira. You were thinking to yourself that so long as you had your robe on... Much of salty, I'm getting salty. Put your robe on, you would be fine. Yes, that's right, I was. So basically, you were wearing the robe the whole time. You were on top of the floor of the bell tower, is that right? Yes, I had it on the entire time. That is, until I was attacked. So Darklaw can see the rope. Then my robe was ripped off by the Miss Kira, this is the first time we've heard any of mention of this information. Is that so? I think I must have just forgotten. Your Honor, perhaps you should update the piece of evidence in the court record. Right you are. Of course, now there was wind. Oh my god. Who would have guessed? Lady Doctor, please continue your testimony. Why does she look so angry all the time? Like, dude, get off your period already. I climbed the stairs up the bell tower and saw an intruder inside with their back turned.
Hold it!
Do you think it could have been the Great Witch Bezella? I mean, the thought must have crossed your mind. Surely you anticipated some sort of resistance. While I hate to admit this, I don't have to act rashly without first considering the circumstances. Okay, unusual. So the second I noticed their presence, I took action. Never did I imagine the intruder would have as much strength as they did. Kira is a little woman. Petite woman, okay? I don't know how old Kira is, doesn't matter. Like, no. Darklaw, you're taller and you look, you look part of having more strength than her. What the fuck do you mean? Perhaps I should have gathered more forces to accompany me. However, at the time, I was not thinking straight. Because you're not straight! I assumed any additional help would not be necessary. But Lady Darklaw, through your quick thinking and judgment, you still managed to successfully catch the suspect? Unfortunately, my lord, it was nothing more than pure luck. Exceptional results can only be obtained through exceptional thinking. Don't you think? Why are you looking at me when you say that? Why aren't you looking at Layton? This is just all we're getting out of her for now. You know, if Doctor was just going into the bell tower to arrest some intruder, then I wonder why she didn't just come out and say that to begin with. The that that information was on a strictly need-to-know basis. Need-to-know basis? Huh. The sort of secrecy is pretty common, but usually they've got to have a reason for not disclosing information to begin with. Doctor was hiding this information for a reason. That's why I need to find out exactly what she was doing in that tower. I've got to get her to tell us. Hey Nick, is it me or do you feel like we're being watched? Why? Why, Layton? Yeah, tell me about it. I wonder what's up with the professor. Something must have happened. There's no way he'd turn on us like this. The professor has been very quiet so far. But surely he must have noticed there's something that just doesn't add up with Doctor's testimony. He knows. He's smarter than I am. He knows. Anyways, there's bound to be something in this testimony that we can use. We just have to make sure we comb this thing from top to bottom for any contradictions. That's right. I need a hint coin. Daddy needs a hint coin. Okay, so she was at the parade. Final stop, Petro's pyramid. Okay. She passed the bell tower, saw the footsteps, went inside. Takes this hint beach. Okay, there were no heels, so no foxy stairs, so she went up as far as she could. She had her own reasons, obviously. Okay. Yeah, totally game to need to present possibly the rope, right? Because she's like, see the person? Yeah. Objection. Fuck you. So the person you saw when you entered the bell tower was actually Miss Kira. The only problem with that is that it would have been impossible. Oh? What are you talking about, Defender? Miss Kira, or should I say the witness, stated that while she was waiting on the upper floor of the tower, she was wearing her invincibility robe. Therefore, fuck you, there's no way Miss Starkler would have been able to see the witness. Oh, you're quite right. Anyone wearing this robe becomes invisible. Right, but there is just one particular group that can't see anyone dressed in this robe. And who said exactly? Do they all forget in 5 minutes what they said 10 minutes ago? Only residents of the Eldritch Woods are able to see the robe. Like, dude, if you're from the Eldritch Woods, then you have absolutely no problem seeing this thing. Huh?
Objection.
So what you are saying, Mr. Wright? Where's Luke? Is it Miss Doctor he actually hails from the Eldritch Woods? Is that correct? And that she knew this girl prior to tonight. That's right, Professor. What is this? What are those? Dude! A most impressive display, Mr. Wright. However, there's one detail that you appear to have overlooked. No, he's standing at the table. Something I overlooked. You say Miss Darklaw saw something she should not have been able to see. However, the truth is that there's one other possibility as to what occurred tonight. Did he just say what I think he said? It's rather easy to work out. Quite simply, the witness was not wearing the robe in the first place. But we had the trial being like, yes, she wore a robe. What's he doing? What are you talking about, Inquisitor? This witness has proven the memory of tonight's events to be quite unreliable. I believe that by the time she climbed the bell tower, she had, in fact, already removed the robe. What? 'Tis as you say, Inquisitor. As you can see, Defender, your assertion is mere speculation at best. Yeah, but your little witness here has been lying to the court the entire time. It's as simple as that.
Objection!
Nah, Miss Kira ain't lying. Come on. What? The witness was quite clear with her testimony. Isn't that right, Miss Kira? I'm not sure. I wanna crash out, guys. What? I mean, my memory is a little fuzzy. No way! Bitch! It would appear there's nothing more to be gained from this line of questioning. Your Honor, I suggest we return to the cross-examination. A fine idea, Inquisitor. Well then, Lady Darklaw, will you please continue with your testimony? As you wish. No matter how you slice it, Kira looks like she is definitely hiding something. Hey yo! Alcon! Chill! Cutie pie, stop! If only there was some way of getting her to talk. Nick? No matter what Kira says, Doctor just stays cool and brushes it off. Yeah, this isn't going to be easy, that's for sure. That's why we really need to set our sights on Darklaw. If we keep doing that, then sooner or later Kira's bound to speak up and say something. Wow, Nick, that's your most desperately devious plan yet. Alright, I know there's still a clue or two in this testimony somewhere, and I'm gonna find it. I should go back and double check her previous testimonies. There has to be some more contradictions. Another hint coin, please. Archon, what's wrong? Oh. Don't look at me like that, bunny. I climbed the stairs, saw an intruder with the back turning. Okay, apprehending. But that's all we're getting out of her for now. You know, if Darklaw was just going into the bell tower to arrest some intruder, then I wonder why she didn't just come out and say, okay, we already had that. Need to know basis. Need to know basis. Reason. Stop watching me! Okay. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Okay, yeah. I hate that this is always on repeat, just... Parade. Passed by. I don't know what to present. Only the footprint thing, but I'm not sure.
Objection!
What I have here is a sketch of the footprints left at the bell tower. Can we see her feet now, please? So tell me, Mr. Doctor, are these your footprints in the sketch? It would appear so. I would never mean to offend the hard work of Labyrinthia's vigilantes, but tonight's task was mine and mine alone. Okay, when you put it that way, I can't help but notice a contradiction. What? What did you say? Miss Darklaw, you stated the following. When you climbed the stairs, the footprints had no heel, so you tried to match your footsteps to them as far as possible. However, if you look at the actual footprints that were left behind, you can clearly see that not only is the heel present, but so is the entire foot. If you were trying so hard to step on the footprints already there, then the footprints in the sketch shouldn't have heel marks. Yeah, unless she's wearing heels. I haven't seen her shoes the entire game. That is very true. Although I do not think such a small detail is much important in the long run. It is. I agree it's a small detail, Your Honor, but that's not all I noticed. There was something very telling about Miss Darklaw's testimony. Telling, you say? She said that she stepped onto the footprints that were already at the scene in order to disguise her presence. Now there's something strange there. Specifically, why were these footprints left at the crime scene in the first place?
Objection.
Mr. Wright. Yes, Professor? Tell me, can you show the court why this seemingly minor detail is off? I can't exactly do that at the moment. Who can say whether or not these footprints are indeed worthy of concern? And if it is an issue, then what exactly are the implications? That above all is what you must answer, Mr. Wright. Dude, give me a break, man! I do not believe you can assert that this is a blatant contradiction at this time. Otacon! Otacon! Buddy! Buddy! No! Not now, later, okay? There he goes again, flexing that amazing brain of his. That's enough. Miss Kira? Lady Darklaw, how could you? How could you simply abandon us? How could you betray us? Betray? Witness, what is the meaning of this? Lady Darklaw, you are the mistress of the Eldritch Woods. You are the one responsible for handing us our tasks. What? I mean, she looks part. This wretched girl is nothing more than a detestable spawn of magic. Her words cannot be taken seriously. People of Labyrinthia ask you, what am I, if not a loyal daughter of this fair town? No, you're lying, Lady Darklaw. When I was waiting up there at the top of the bell tower, I was most certainly wearing that robe. Lady Darklaw, you were also wearing a similar robe, were you not? Don't you remember? Oh, no, the kitten fight begins. What nonsense. I haven't a clue what you're babbling about. I simply managed to sneak right by those makeshift guards. It was not the most demanding of tasks for someone like me. Yes, you're right. That would be true. If you've been sneaking around by yourself. By yourself? Witness, explain yourself. Enough! Listen to me and listen well. Continue as you are, and I will see to that this court be the last place in which you ever set foot. Like, is she only threatening people? It matters not, the end is already nigh. After the events of today, I shouldn't even be here right now. Otacon! I will take you out after, okay? Be nice. Miss Kira, you're saying that Miss Darklaw was not by herself at the time of the incident tonight? That's right. Oh, Lady Darklaw was wearing the invincibility robe. And underneath that robe was a young girl passed out on her back. What? A girl? Could that be... Yes. It was the very same girl imprisoned inside that cage up there. You mean... Espella Cantabella? Uh-oh. Like, what strength does Darklaw have, dude? Order! Order! So the accused was carried up the bell tower. Milord, there is nothing left for me to say. Burn in the flames, witch! Here's the word of the High Inquisitor versus that of a witch. Tell me, who would you sooner believe?
Objection.
Doesn't matter! Miss Darklaw, you of all people should be aware that this isn't a matter of believing or not believing. I'm afraid those are words that carry no meaning here. The only thing that carries any meaning here in the courtroom is evidence. Don't you agree, Mr. Wright? Yes, absolutely, Professor. Well, now things are beginning to heat up a little bit, are they not? Fine, tell me, Defender, have you the means to prove this assertion? Do you actually think you can prove that I, the High Inquisitor of Labyrinthia, carried the accused into the bell tower? Meep? I didn't know such thing. From the looks of it, Miss Kira was supposed to keep quiet about Darklaw's little secret. But she couldn't deal with all of Darklaw's denials, and finally found the guts to chime in. Thank you, Kira. I can't let Kira's efforts go to waste. I don't care what stands in my way. I'm going to find the truth. Your Honor, the defense wishes to present evidence proving that Miss Darklaw did in fact carry my client up the tower. Otacon! Otacon! I made a promise. I will keep it. It's fine. Very well, Defender. You may present your evidence. Shows evidence that proves Lady Dogclaw carried the accused up the bell tower. I have no fucking idea. So either A or either B. Don't think that's a bell tower plan, but...
Take that!
Okay, chose wrong. Then what may I ask is that supposed to mean, Defender? Say what? Mr. Wright, it pains me to say this, but it seems I may have overestimated you. Go again. You don't work to stand behind that bench. Take that strange lackey of yours and leave this courtroom now. Oh, okay, more credibility. Oh no. Wait a second. Strange lackey? Say you don't think she means me, do you, Nick? I'm pretty sure she did, yeah. Nick, you just gonna sit there and let you get away with trash talking me like that? I sure am. Welcome to my world, Maya. Anyway, the defense wishes to try again. Please endeavor to make your point more clearly this time, Mr. Wright. Very well, Defender. You may present your evidence. The footsteps then?
Take that!
Okay. There was something it tested me just now that I'm not buying. And that's the footprints that were left at the bell tower. Did I not finish admitting that those were my footprints? Miss Dudley, you said the following. There was no heel on the footprints, so as I ascended the stairs, I was kept to match my footsteps to them as far as possible. Why are we still going on about this? However, the reality is, the footprints pictured in the sketch actually do contain a heel. That means something must have prevented you from being able to tiptoe along the footprints that you were already there. Prevented. Ah! You mean the heavyweight? That's right, Your Honor. Miss Darklow, when you climbed up the bell tower tonight, you must have been carrying Miss Cantavella on your back, is that correct? Oh. If you remember, it rained quite heavily tonight. That means the stairs must have been quite slippery. With your two hands occupied carrying my client, there would be no safe way for you to tiptoe up the stairs without falling. That's why there's the truth behind the footprints on the staircase. Otacon! Dude! Lady Darklaw, you... Fine, my bunnies go wild. He wants to be let out. I mean, I understand. I will take him out, but he's like, I want to go right meow. Fine, I admit it. It is as you say. I donned the rope and made my way up the tower. No, he's the monster. He scratched nearly your eye out. What the fuck? Yes, he is the monster. I had him out today. He's a little asshole. But I was not alone. I carried both Espella, Cantabella, and her little friend up the tower with me. And one wanted to scratch me today too. Why is he such a bitch lately? I don't know, man. But this time my fingers. Better the fingers than your eye. Little friend? The black-furred creature of hers. The thing is nary ever a second from her side. Oh, she must mean Eve. Massage his belly, please, when you take him out. Will do. When I arrived at the top of the tower, Idia was on his ass the whole time. Oh. Okay, yeah, then she is going horny mode. Then I know why he's pissed. She's again in horny mode and he's like, nah. Nah, bitch. Got no balls. And I think he's a bit pissed about it, a bit stressed, I think. I saw this girl already there and called out to her. I was very shocked to see the mistress showing up in person like that. The girl's presence was an inconvenience, so I immediately put her to sleep. Believe it or not, it's just like you said, Defender. I used whatever remained of Belduke's medicine to put the girl out of the picture. Oh no, she's saying the truth. And that's when Miss Kira put up a fight and pulled this pen right off your neck, correct? That's right. I cannot fathom it. It would mean this pendant actually belongs to you, Lady Darklaw. I just have one question, Miss Darklaw. Why? Why take Bella up the bell tower? Why render her unconscious? And why go through the trouble of sneaking past the guards? What exactly was your aim in all of this? To frame Bella? I am in no way obliged to answer that question, Defender. What? What makes you say that? Simple. None of this has any relevance to the case at hand. That is why I'll be the judge of that. He was Bella and I read Epstein. You carried Epstein up the tower! Miss Dartler, you rendered the witness unconscious and locked her up at the top of the bell tower. I'd say that is more than a little relevant.
Objection.
Oh, fuck's fishing. Wait. Leighton, shut up. Leighton, shut up. Wait. No, it's too late. It already opened. Don't. It's too late. Oh, okay, it's too late. Your Honor, if I may. The Inquisition believes the defense's question to be irrelevant to the current case. What? Professor, what are you saying? It would seem the defense has forgotten a very important point. No? Namely, the point of this, Mr. Wright. Huh. I want to catch myself. Oh, you got Maggie. Nice. The aim of this trial is to find the identity of the Great Witch Bozella. Whether or not Miss Darklow locked the witness at the top of the bell tower. Okay, now I see what it means. It's hardly relevant to the purpose of this trial. She has some Aurora vibes. And she is her voice actor. It's one of my favorites. So, but I mean, she voice acts another character I very much love. So yeah. Caught you. Yeah, you caught my old version. My Nyan cat. There's one thing that's very clear. Neither Miss Darklow nor this witness could possibly be Bozella. Like, I want to shove my fingers. What? If either one of the two were Bozella, then there would be no need for them to have used this rope of invincibility. They cannot use any magic. Therefore, it is inconceivable that either of them could be the Great Witch. A rather straightforward argument, if there ever was one. At the time of the incident, there were 3 people present. Of those 3, 2 used the rope of invincibility to vanish from sight, leaving only one person, indeed, Miss Cantabella. With this in mind, the larger question is, who is Bozella? Is that not obvious? The accused, Bella Cantabella, is the only possible answer. Besides, the accused's voice was heard by all the townspeople chanting the spell Grand Worm.
Objection!
Oh, Luna, not Assassin, the other one in the math class was in the cafe to get something. Oh! Okay. Interesting. I haven't seen her in ages. Not so fast. I happen to think these witnesses are extremely relevant to this trial. Did you forget about Miss Kira? She supposedly took a one-way trip into that pit of fire over there. I see from time to time. Probably after school that she goes and, you know, gets herself something. And yet, here she is in one piece testifying that she returned in order to kill the rule of Labyrinthia, the storyteller. Then there's Miss Darklaw, who rendered the defendant unconscious and proceeded to transport her up the bell tower. I'd say there's more than enough reason to investigate who these two really are. Only to discover that they are not, in fact, the Great Witch Bozella. The tram station where we live in the tram in the city known as cafe. I mean, apparently she lives somewhere here close by. I'm saying there's a possibility that these two are somehow related to Bozella. The court will now announce its thoughts on the matter. It would make sense. I must say what Inquisitor Leighton has stated certainly does ring true. Who gave me the promotion to Inquisitor, by the way. Not me. However, Lady Darklaw, I have one question I must ask you. What exactly were you hoping to accomplish here tonight? I assure you, it was not my intent to deceive the good citizens of Labyrinthia. However, I must now reveal the truth to you all. What did she say? I like her clothing, to be honest. It looks so good. You don't think Lady Darklaw is in league with the witches, do you? She can't be. She was the one that saw to that other witch's demise. Lady Darklaw, are you saying that you're... That's right, milord. I am a shade. Since when are we playing Phasmophobia tonight? Like, what does this shade mean? Like, what do you mean? Just say, I'm Bezella. No, she's like, well, the truth is actually I'm a shade. No! Stop lying, you useless fuck! A shade? Lady Darklaw. Everything's a shade. My mom is a shade. Your dad is a shade. The fucking code is a shade. Will you please tell the code exactly what you mean when you say shade? Everything's shade. We learned that. Yes, in Phasmophobia, but not in my honeypool lovely Layton game. Yes, of course. I grow wary of standing behind this bench. I will tell you all I can. What the heck is she trying to pull? Why testify about something that could potentially undermine your credibility? Dude, my credibility is at 1 out of 5, okay? Like, one wrong move and we dash again. Shades. Does she mean the glasses? Like, you know, sunglasses with shades? Is she pulling a shade on me? Shades of outside the realm of those who dwell within Labyrinthia. To them, I am known as the Great Witch. Those that are put to the flames in the witch's trial become shades, who live their lives in the woods. So she was tried once, at least. Okay. We exist to carry out tasks given to us by our mistress, the Great Witch herself. I am not a witch, nor am I a wandering spirit. Then what are you, Kira? What on earth? High Inquisitor Darklaw. Do you mean to say that not only are you a witch, but that you're the Great Witch? Unbelievable. Lady Darklaw is the Great Witch. The Great Witch? Doesn't that mean she's Bezella? That's right. Lady Darklaw is Bezella. Stop hurting the poor table. I do hope you have not forgotten what we established only moments ago. It is not possible for Miss Darklaw to be Bezella. But your clothing looks the same. But Inquisitor Layton, surely the testimony just now proves it. I'm afraid that in the heat of such revelations, you have almost heard information. It's pointless. This is the extent of what people of this town will believe. I believe the truth will become clear during our cross-examination. Don't you agree, Mr. Wright? I want this trial to end! Stop! Why is Layton literally like trying to, you know, to make me go slow and to be like, yeah, let's do what he says. No, I want this to end! Fanny, you may begin your interrogation. He's like, oh, slow play! Cheerio! Oh, great tea. Yeah, thank you. Oh, man. I can't give him shit, but Luke certainly can, right? Okay, she is known as the Great Witch.
Hold it!
Great Witch. Yep, that's me. Yes, that's right. However, I'm not Bezella. The mistress to those who dwell in the Eldritch Woods is dubbed the Great Witch. Even if I wanted to be Bezella, I couldn't. As the ever so charming Inquisitor stated that earlier, charming, dude. I cannot use magic. Miss Darkler, I have one question. Otacon! Relax! What do you mean by live outside the realm? I mean, just that, Inquisitor. We truly do live in a realm separate from this town. Now, surely one as intelligent as yourself has worked out the answer by now, no? Perhaps. That remains to be seen, Miss Darklaw. Regardless, this is something we cannot discuss with anyone. But it is something that the defense should be able to prove. That sounds almost like a challenge. By the way, Miss Darklaw, since you're not actually a witch, why do you continue to be called that? To answer that, I must first discuss the true identity of the shape. Okay, those who die by the fire become shades. Okay, makes sense, right? So you're saying that the Kira here right now is a shade version of the Kira from before. Indeed, Defender. The girl has no recollection of her life prior to living in the woods. What manner of witchery is this? Why? This girl, Kira the flower seller, was cast straight to the flames before our very eyes. That's right, Your Honor. But as you can see, she didn't die. You see, there's actually a trick to the incineration device in the Witch's Court. A trick? Once the verdict has been delivered, the court attendants moves the steel cage into the position, after which it seals shut. Yep. Row, row, row. Burn. Yay! Then, the cage is dropped down into a pit of fire. The bottom of the cage then opens, allowing the witch inside to escape unharmed into an underground passage. If what you're saying is true, Defender, then what is the town's witch purging history? What has been the purpose of all of this? You and the knights have indeed been ridding Labyrinthia of witches. However, nary a single life has been taken in this process. That is a reality. Be nice, you two. But, oh no, I'm a panther. You cannot surely expect me to believe such a ridiculous notion. Your Honor, it's true. Go take a good hard look. It doesn't get any more alive than this. It's you. Yeah. Me. Maya, it's back. It's actually Maya Faye. Your forgetfulness. Ein Panzer schreibt eher spontan, ungeplant, lässt sich von dem Verlauf der Geschichte selbst inspirieren, was viele Möglichkeiten die Kreativität öffnet. Ein Panzer ist ein Autor, der ohne einen vordefinierten Plan in die Welt des Schreibens eintaucht und sich mit seinem, gleich mit seinem Manuskript beginnt. Panzer sounds weird, but it makes sense, I guess. What the heck are you doing? Everyone's gonna recognize you. Yeah, but seeing is believing, Nick. Now they have to believe you. Do you see? Are you satisfied? All those found guilty in the witch's trial lose their names, magic, and memory. They are then sent to spend their lives as shades in the Eldritch Woods. And the mistress of those shades is the Great Witch. Panzer pants auf den Hosenboden setzen und beginnt. As you can see, this girl too has become a shade. I have no more words to express my utter disbelief at this situation. Can we please tell them that we put Luke into the thing too and let him burn as well? That we tried it actually too? That's enough. Shall we return to the testimony? Why do I have the feeling things are going to get a lot worse? These tasks you mentioned, were you acting on them this evening? Yes, I was told to come here and become Bezella. Wait just a moment, witness. Did you just say become Bezella? Oh, absolutely dreadful. Why would anyone be given such a terrible task? Where have these shades come from? Miasma. Order! Order! I'm sorry. I don't know why I was given such a task. All I can do is follow the orders I am given. If I can do that, then I can return. What do you mean, you can return? Such is the nature of the shades. Neither human nor witch. Theirs is an existence spent in the shadows. Each of the shades is given specific tasks. Then, upon successfully completing such tasks, they are allowed to return to Labyrinthia as brand new people. So basically everyone is a witch. Low-key. But Lady Darkler, how can they return as brand new citizens? We already know who they were. For instance, we all recognize the former flower seller standing before us. Who lost her glasses? No, that, my lord, remains a secret. But a secret you will come to understand sooner rather than later. Just reveal it, you dumb fuck. Simply baffling. The one who gives us our task is the Great Witch. That would be you, Lady Darklaw. Oh, magnificent one. While this explanation is wrought with much I cannot comprehend, I request a witness to add to the testimony. The murderer is me, Dio. Yeah. Okay. I mean, you know what? Maybe I was a witch.
You know what that means? Fish!
Maybe I was the one that cursed them to be Bezella, right? Venerable mistress, she assigned us with our task. She was a great witch. What do you mean was? So about these tasks, can you give us any other examples? A shade's task must never be discussed with others, no matter what. She says that even though she just finished telling us all about her secret task. Incidentally, do you perhaps remember when you arrived back in town to carry out your orders? Well, not really. My memory is still a little fuzzy. Say, didn't Kira only just recently become one of those shade thingies? Still, I failed my task tonight. Come to think of it, when Luke and I had our little run-in with Kira, I remember being blown across the marketplace, but I never saw any explosives or gunpowder. Maybe Kira was given the task of blowing you to smithereens, Nick. And we're done. Getting back to this testimony. I'm sure there's something here that just doesn't add up. I am not a witch, nor am I a wandering spirit. Then you're not a shade either. What are you then? You really don't have any recollection of your old flower-selling self, do you? I don't. When a witch becomes a shade, they lose all memory of their past life. They lose their memories? But why? And yet you still have some grasp of the concept of magic, do you not, witness? Let me spell it out for you. Magic does not exist in the Eldritch Woods. Oh, but there are actually lots of things back in the forest that I have not seen in this town. There are things that you haven't seen there? Like really huge machines. That sort of thing. There's one that spits out fire with such amazing speed, and then it expels these huge plumes of grey smoke. A machine that spits fire? Never have I heard of such a thing. Are you certain that these machines of which you speak are not simply magic? You know, now that you mention it, I don't think anyone from this town can actually see those of us from the forest. They can't see you? Could it be something like that rope? How could such a thing even be possible without magic?
Objection.
Layton? Miss Darklaw, if I may interrupt you for just a moment. What is it, Inquisitor Layton? From your testimony just now, we have all come to understand the process of how one becomes a shade. However, I was hoping you could perhaps elaborate on one additional point. Namely, what exactly is the purpose behind the shades? If you wish to know our purpose, there are certain other things you must first understand. Once you've done that, the answer should be quite clear. Isn't that right, Defender? Why? The purpose behind the shades? Rest assured, you will not get the answer from me. As the saying goes, the witch is in your court, Defender. Sounds like Darklaw's challenging me to figure this out. There is nothing to figure out, honey. There's nothing for you to do. Challenge accepted. I need a hint con. I need beer. Hmm? Why can I? That's but one true purpose of the shades that dwell in the Eldritch Woods. And I'm supposed to present the spell. Hey. Wait, I need to... Wait. I will press again just to maybe have an idea of the spell. Wait. What's the purpose of the shades? Blah 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 blah. Tell me. Can discuss the purpose of their existence. Well then. Since Miss Darklaw is unable herself, must be relying on evidence instead. Evidence, huh? I don't believe the shades could have something to do with that witch exists in this town but ought not to. That it exists but shouldn't. Familiar? I'm prepared, Your Honor. I was born ready, Your Honor. Something that exists in this town but shouldn't. I think I know what you're getting at, Professor. No, Please present your evidence. Yes, Your Honor. The purpose of the shades could be to make sure that particular thing exists in Labyrinthia.
Take that!
Something that doesn't exist. I have a feeling no one is going to like the answer I'm about to give, and it'll probably end up shaking this town to its core. But I've got to tell them. The truth has to come out. Since I arrived in Labyrinthia, there's been no shortage of really strange events. Ignace, Demir, Godor, Goldor, and now Grand Worm. The mere command of magic is in itself a crime, is it not? In this town, witches are arrested and made to participate in witch trials. They are then sentenced to death by fire. But none of those witches actually died. That supposed death by fire wasn't real. And neither is magic. It doesn't really exist. What are you saying, Defender? The Eldritch Woods apparently contain some rather large machines unlike anything that exists within Labyrinthia. Machines that emit fire and produce large plumes of smoke. To top it all off, the citizens of Labyrinthia are not able to see said machines. It sounds like nothing more than magic. Yes, that's exactly it, Your Honor. Miss Darklaw. Magic doesn't really exist in this town. That's the answer, isn't it? Magic does not... What utter nonsense! It seems we have finally arrived at the stunning conclusion. The secret behind Labyrinthia. What? What? He's funny. Dude. Order! Order! Order, I say! What is the meaning of this? It means that all of the magic you've seen in this town was nothing more than an illusion created and put into motion by the Shades. But Defender, the witches, we have clearly seen them use magic. Let us take a moment to think carefully about the systems employed by the Shades. Systems? What is essential in order for a witch to use magic? Scepter and crystals. Incantations. The witch must possess a Talia Magica and must say an incantation in order to cast a spell. And the spells able to be cast are determined by the scepter's magic gems. Now, what do you think is the purpose of placing such requirements on the use of magic? What do you mean purpose? These requirements are not here to allow the user to cast magic. Rather, the reality is they are there to inform the Shades of who should be using magic. It is possible that the witches were always being closely observed by the Shades. Otacon! Idea! Be nice! That's why they donned these robes to appear hidden until they were needed to create magic. Create? Indeed. There are all kinds of spells in this tome. It would be quite troublesome if they were simply allowed to use any spell at will. Yeah, it would make the Shade's job that much more difficult for sure. Precisely so. That is why it was imperative that a certain restriction be placed on the use of magic. Ah, you're referring to the Talia Magica, right, Professor? She was annoying Otacon. Otacon was running away, apparently bumping into the cage. Not that it's a cage, but the enclosure cage thingy. And yeah, I just heard that. Of course. No wonder the scepter could contain only 2 magic gems. Then there's incantation. What would happen if a witch could simply whisper the incantation quietly to herself, or not even say it at all? Boy, that'd be so cool. It'd be casting spells. I'd be casting spells all day long. No one could ever see it coming. You never see it coming. Maya, we spent an entire trial proving that you weren't a witch, remember? But the witches didn't give some sort of signal. Then there would be no way for the Shades to know when to cast a spell. Right, yeah, Mr. Right. The incantations were a way of telling the Shades when the witch was ready to use magic. What on earth? Never did I think these requirements could have such a purpose. Now let's think back to the previous events leading up to today that have involved magic. Our first encounter with magic was the use of the spell Ignace a few nights ago. Wait, how many nights even passed in this game? A spell like this was nothing more than a flame spewed from a machine being used by the Shade. Then that means a spell that makes the caster disappear? No doubt about it. It must have been this row. Next incident with Goldor, the spell that transmuted me to a golden statue. While I understand this may sound a bit absurd, I can only surmise. Yeah. Yeah, he was like, yeah, bitch, leave. But the Shades created a gold statue in my image, took me and left it in my place the instant the incantation was uttered. Professor, it's no more absurd than anything else that's happened so far. That's just golden yet, look at it. I want to sell it. We can therefore conclude that all of the magic in Labyrinthia was created in a similar vein. What do you say to that, Miss Darklaw? I'd expect nothing less from you, Inquisitor Layton. Dude, he's impressed by him, and when it comes to Nick, like, whatever, boy. At any given time, there were between 5 and 10 witches in town. All of the witches were accompanied by Shades at all times. It was easier than you would think, you see, the Shades living in the Elvish Woods total in the hundreds. It was simply a matter of having each of the Shades operate in shifts not to watch over of the witches in the town. I must say, Lady Darklaw, that is quite a number of shades. It wasn't only those who fell victim to the flames that were turned into shades, but the victims too were made permanent residents of the Eldritch Woods. Then, those two shady thieves from before were turned into shades? Ah yes, you mean Robs and Mugs. Despite their dubious appearance, those two were a couple of my best shades. Shady thieves turned into shades. This stuff writes itself. Yeah, dude, what do you expect? I cannot believe what I have heard. So no magic exists, so no what? However, there's still one thing I do not understand just yet. And what would that be? As has just been explained, we have established that there's no possibility of magic being real, but replacing me with a gold statue to give the illusion of transmutation.
Give me back that filet fish! Give me that fish! Give me back that filet fish! Give me that fish!
The illusion of transmutation, for example, while it sounds simple enough, I myself, and presumably also Miss Faye, have no recollection of this replacement actually taking place. Hey, that's right. The professor got all blingy before I could even bat an eye. It begs the question, how and when was that statue created, let alone used to replace me? That is true. The same goes for Godor. It's supposed to create a portal between two green-colored walls. Perhaps that is exactly why the spell can only work on green walls, Mr. Wright. Still, it'd be impossible for the shades to get those ports ready so quickly. True, I agree. If we take a moment to think, we can see that all of these spells have one strange thing in common. A weird ass, you know... I feel weekly that there will be another, stream, just what... Yes. Because I remember one thing. And that's the storyteller that will join us too, I think. I've really thought like, maybe I'm just remembering wrong, but the more Leighton and Nick are talking right now, I'm like, storyteller will come in and join us on this trial. Remember stuff? With my tiny ass brain? Yes, I do! A thing in common? Yes, indeed. Almost as if some time between the start and the end of the incident was unaccounted for. That's unusual. You know. Huh. Furthermore, any memory I might have had regarding the incident seems to have simply disappeared in the process. I've got it, Nick. It's just like what happened to Kira. She's got absolutely no memory of her life, Labyrinthia before the trial, right? Yes, I do remember this Kira you speak of. And oh yeah, when you really think about it, doesn't it seem super weird how the Shades are able to return to town if they complete that task? You're right, Maya. I mean, the townsfolk are bound to remember some things about them, right? Like how Miss Kira here threw a major hissy fit in court and was barbecued for being a witch. Hissy fit? Oh my god. Equality put, Mr. Wright. Yeah, no, that was ass. Hence, you cannot yet conclude that this entire illusion was primarily accomplished through the use of machinery. Simply put, there must have been some way of affecting the memories of all those within the confines of this town. Missing time and lost memories. Now that is interesting, Inquisitor. I took the radiator on prison like crazy. Thank you! You're correct. There is, in fact, a secret that lies in the depths of the Eldritch Woods. Something that the people of this town cannot see. Something that can rob people of their time and memories. This is the very thing that connects all of what you have heard tonight. It is a secret of monumental proportions. Imagine it's Martian still ice cold. It's just as flat that's ice cold. I don't know why. And let me guess. 'Tis a secret that cannot be revealed by the mistress of the Eldritch Woods. Is that right? Yes. Excellent deduction, Defender. Well, it's for Yeah, it's 4 degrees Celsius outside. Still, I'm freezing my ass off. Witches' swords wander astray in the Eldritch Woods. Until tonight, I thought this nothing but a mere fairy tale told to children. But it has become clear that a seemingly large organization lies within that forest. The Witch's Court is the border between this world and the other world. Then that means, in this world you're Labyrinthia's High Inquisitor, while also being mistress to the Shades in the other world. Otherwise known as the Great Witch. Layton, be quiet. May I intervene for just a moment, Mr. Wright? No! Sure. Can't we just cockblock him for one moment? In all honesty, there's still something that sticks out as a little odd. Particularly in Miss Darklow's previous testimony. Did you say the previous testimony? I pushed it out of my head. There was one vital truth that we managed to take away from the testimony. You mean that magic does not truly exist in Labyrinthia? Indeed, quite the vital, albeit shocking truth. However, there is one more truth hidden within that same testimony. There's something else in that testimony? I must have checked the code record one more time, then I can count, but I didn't find a single contradiction. Have you forgotten already, Mr. Wright? When there is no evidence left, we have but one more weapon at our disposal with which to uncover the truth. Okay, I will save one more time. We play like 2 or 3 more minutes and then we're done. Oh, hey, I've got it, Nick. Remember, in a witch trial, you can cross-examine 2 witnesses at the same time? Hey, that's right, I completely forgot. Being able to have a look at 2 testimonies side by side is bound to turn up a contradiction somewhere. I hate this part. And the contradiction should provide us with a much-needed clue. Alright. I'm not entirely sure where the professor is going with this, but... Fish! I believe in his judgment. That if we were going to blow this case wide open, it's got to be worth a shot. Very well. We'll now take a close look at Lady Darklaw's previous testimony. This is it, Miss Darklaw's previous testimony. There is a glaring contradiction between this piece of testimony and the others. Ready yourself, Mr. Wright. No! Those that are put to the flames of the witch trial become shades who live their lives in the wood. Lady Darklaw was our venerable mistress. She assigned us our task towards the Great Witch. I am not a witch, nor am I a wandering spirit. There is but one true purpose of the shades that dwell in the Eldritch Woods. Shades live outside the realm of those who dwell within Labyrinthia. To them, I am known as the Great Witch. I have no fucking clue, Professor. Help. I'm wondering why she's saying that she's not a wandering spirit. I'm dead. That glitch between Miss Darklaw's testimony and the previous testimonies. Is Wright said no. Mr. Wright, please wait a moment. Perhaps you would be.
Shush. The adults are talking now.
You would better serve not leaving this up to chance, would you not agree? But Professor, I could have sworn that was it. Well, if anything is going to contradict Miss Darklaw's testimony, you think it would have to come from Kira. She only has 2 statements. If it's not one, it's got to be the other one. The technical term is possible elimination, Nick. I'm dead, Maya! Thanks for the pro tip, Maya. Yeah, but yeah. Like, we already proved that she can't be guilty because magic doesn't exist and the... Come on! Good that I saved. Good that I totally did save. Maybe like 5 hours ago, but hey. I hate Layton for this. Okay. Wait, where are we? Sense death by fire, yeah. Wait, why are you so far back again? Why are we so far back again? Dude! Didn't I press it? I want to do like... It didn't, you know, load the save? Oh my god. We're just quickly... Oh my god. We're like an hour back or what? Why do we even save if it doesn't count? Like, please! Okay, maybe we should save state instead of saving normally. My finger hurts! Stop! Dude. Walk faster, guys. And girls. Oh. Why do I even save in this game? It doesn't work. Oh, yes, intervene me, please. Boy. Okay, we're so close. Okay, weapon. Okay, now we know which one, but oh my god, Layton, I want to bite your ears off and your top hat. Huh?
Objection!
Bam! Your Honor, there's obviously a huge discrepancy between these two pieces of testimony. Miss Doctor said that she is known as a Great Witch. However, according to Miss Kira's testimony, Miss Doctor was her vulnerable mistress, the Great Witch. That is correct. She was the Great Witch. Note Miss Kira's use of the past tense. Who gives a damn? Past tense? I'm afraid my grammar is not quite what it used to be. May I ask what you mean? This could be me. It's simple. Miss Sagla was mistress to the shades. Or as they also called her, the Great Witch. Therefore, she is no longer the Great Witch. She is not the Great Witch? Witness, is this true? Huh? It is as you have heard, my lord. She's a great beach! She's a pretty beach! I relinquished my position as Great Witch in order to fulfill the objective of this task. What would that objective be again? That would be the assassination of the storyteller, Your Honor. Witness, at the beginning of this trial you stated that you came to town in order to complete your task, didn't you? What's more, you said that you were going to summon the fire drain to do it. Now this task, it wasn't Miss Darklow here that gave it to you, was it? No, it wasn't. So then, the most pressing question is, who was it that gave you the task? Who told you to come to Labyrinthia and assassinate the storyteller? I cannot tell you, no matter what. Alright, so Darklow isn't the Great Witch anymore. Which must mean the mastermind behind this entire thing is... It would seem the defense has worked it out as well. No? Mr. Wright, you know who really gave Miss Kira a task tonight, do you not? Defender, I ask you, enlighten the court. Show us who really gave this witness a task to assassinate the storyteller. Please a hint. The storyteller himself? Wait, no. Safe state. Not believing. The storyteller? We're talking about someone with the authority and power to replace the Great Witch, someone who calls the shots. Okay. Okay. Let's stop here for tonight. I feel like it's already kind of late. I need to sleep because I'm going to the gym tomorrow morning. Or well, today morning. In a few hours. But yeah. Thanks for the stream, no problem. I wish you all a good night. Sleep well, you little jellies. Sleep well, you little jelly. Oh my god. Maybe Sai streaming tomorrow. I don't know if he does or if he won't. I don't know. Maybe he will. But yeah, I will stream on... Wait. Before I say something stupid. I think Tuesday. Because I'm working quite early. Wait, let me check. And I have Wednesday off, I think. Wait, let me check. Let me see. Yeah, so I will stream on Tuesday. Right. Okay. So Tuesday it is. I need to talk to you anyways. Okay, good. You need to send me a should plan. Yes. Shift plan, should plan, yeah. Means the same thing, right? Anyway, yeah, I will do that in a moment. I wish you all a good night. Till Tuesday night if nothing changes. And I think the trial isn't too much longer. I could be wrong, please. I thought this trial was already over at this point, okay? But I forgot that Phoenix Wright ain't working like that, okay? But yeah, sleep well, little jellies. Until next stream, bye-bye. Bye.